Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, which means it is time for the doubleheader randomizer followed by the best ball bash. And I am very excited about our guest today, someone I've never done a show with. It's none other than Danny Heifetz from The Ringer. And we are going to put him through the randomizer ringer today to kick things off. And then we will, of course, have the bash where you guys, YouTube members, can hop on stream and draft with me. But without further ado, let's get to it.
Kyle Pitts, can you do something for me? Can you score a couple of touchdowns for me?
Green was the color of the grass where I used to read at Centennial Park.
We're going tight end in the early round. What? Oh!
We have to resize.
Mom, okay, you don't say anything weird.
Welcome to the randomizer. Pete, take it away.
Wow. I just realized I have all of these old intros in my StreamYard hopper, Danny, and I just played the old randomizer intro. There is a new one, but you got to get the throwback version of it today.
I like that one better. I like John Daigle and all the weird outfits that didn't bring any crackers to eat. I feel like I'm underprepared, man. I don't have anything weird with me.
Well, by the end of this show, you might be forced to procure some weird things for you. Maybe some beach ham. I know that's one of your things here. So excited to draft with you today. You guys can see it on screen. We need 3 more people. This is one of those self-contained leagues. It's just a $3 draft, 12-person fast draft. Need 3 more there, and then we can get off to the races. One of the questions I always have to ask, guests who are uninitiated, how familiar are you with what's about to happen here?
Just enough to know that I'm in trouble, but not enough to be prepared.
Perfect. Yeah. Was there any, have you seen any other clips? How coming in blind are you here?
I've watched your show before, but I don't feel prepared at all. Is that a good way to put it? I don't really understand what's going to happen. I understand the format vaguely. I don't feel like I have a grip on what I'm actually going to have to do. So I'm a little terrified.
Well, then I think we have you right where we want you here. Shout out to the chat. We need 1 more for you guys to hop in and do this draft. Yes, as Jonathan says, the less prepared, the better here. As this fills, though, how is your fantasy season going? Obviously, we just flipped the calendar to August. It is go time. Are you guys cranking out pods over there at the Ringer?
Yeah, man. Ringer Fantasy Football Show. If you want the 3 people who scream, about whether you can bring ham to the beach or how to pronounce almond, then is there an L in almond? Then we're the show for you. So, but yeah, it's great because all the picks I've made are great and none of them are terrible yet. And I don't hate any of the players on my teams yet, which will change pretty quickly.
That's right. Yeah. Do you end up doing any of these best ball drafts? Are you more of a redraft guy? What kind of action do you generally get down?
I do some best ball, but I'm not a best ball bro. I like it's like safe missionary. I like fantasy football in 10 and 12 team leagues with, 3 receiver slots max. I like straight down the middle of the fairway. I don't venture too deep into the dark forest. I like best ball, but I'm not great at it. And it's just a tobacco niche that kind of gets me to the season, honestly.
Well, here's the thing. We are off to the races. We have the 103. So I'm already spinning here. And here is our first prompt. This is called NFL retirement. I need to cue a future pro-am golfer. In booking conversations for this show, Ringer colleague Joe House described himself as washed regarding NFL and fantasy football. Danny must give Joe a proper NFL retirement send-off speech before the next pick to take who he wants. Can you give Joe the retirement speech he deserves here real quick?
Absolutely. House, it was really nice knowing you. We've had a great relationship and it's been great watching you cover the NFL, but House, unfortunately, they took the parlays from you first. I mean, back in your day, they did teasers. They don't even have NFL teasers anymore. Everything's minus 160. The game's passed you by and not everyone knows when to hang them up. So House, I'm glad you know when to hang them up, but so long, farewell.
All right. You passed. You want Chase or Puka?
I can barely read this. Jamar, you know what? This is a crazy thing, isn't it? Give me Puka. Screw it.
Did I get it in time? No, I didn't. Sorry, you got Chase.
So that's good because now I have an excuse if that doesn't work. But there you go.
Yeah, and I am going to do my best. There's a lot going on here. Like I said, the 103, I told you before the draft starts, and I'll boost this board size a little bit bigger here so you can fully see what we're working with. But having the 103 is tricky because right now we have a decent amount of time until we pick again. That's fine. But right after we make the second round pick, we're going to have to go bang, bang right into the next prompt there. So settle in. We can
it's like week one, at the beginning of the season, no one knows the assignments. No one can play week one. It's always like way less. All the unders hit it's the first round, we're going to get into the flow.
Do you guys have any like internal company fantasy leagues with, big stakes, whether bragging rights or monetary over at the Ringer?
It's funny that. So we have the Ringer Fantasy Football League, which we'll be doing a live Netflix draft for that at some point later this August. And that's fun. And we have just completely failed at enforcing punishments or rewarding things. So we also had this Ringer 107 contest, like a gambling contest, and the fantasy guys won and beat all the gambling experts, and they didn't give us anything. We didn't get anything. And this year they're like, the winner gets to go to Vegas. We're like, what about us? We want to go to Vegas. No, we're not good at that.
Dude, what is your most important league or the league you care about the most?
Honestly, it's just the older leagues, right? It's the ones I started when I was like 8. My brother's 4 years older than me. He was a senior in high school and I was a freshman, and he wouldn't let me in the league with his friends for a long time. So I got in finally when I was in like 8th grade. So that one is probably the league I want to win the most, but I cursed myself. The ancient Native American burial grounds. I won the league 2 years in a row. I then changed my name to 3-Pete, and then I haven't made the playoffs since.
Yeah, that was the classic self jinx there. All right, we are going to spin here for round 2. We'll see if we can have a little extra time for this prompt and make sure we're ready for the third round as well. This comes from Jonathan in the chat. I will admit, I don't fully get this reference, so you're going to have to help me out. This is Cloyce Box code names. Heifetz must give Pete clues for him to guess the name of Cloyce Box's wife. If he fails, draft the third Detroit Lion by ADP. Can you explain this to me and then execute the prompt?
You don't know Cloyce Box? You must not know ball. One of the greatest Americans to ever live.
I don't know ball.
But Cloyce Box is like their favorite joke and player in the history of the show. It's like if you look up all the records Jameer Gibbs has broken, it's just breaking Cloyce Box from the 50s, World War II hero. His wife's name, think of like plants in the jungle, kind of like Jurassic Park. What are the plants they're kind of going through on that understory ground level,
Okay, shrubs.
Close, a kind of shrub.
Okay, a kind of shrub.
Like it starts A, B, C, D, E,
F, G.
Backward, colder. Yeah, I liked it before.
F.
Yeah,
F,
like a shrub that starts with an F.
Flora and fauna. Let's see here. Shrubs.
Not that many letters, between 3 and 5 letters.
Ferns.
Yes. Boom.
Okay. Whoo. All right.
Between fern box, baby.
Okay, we did it. All right.
Between the two ferns, I should have done that.
Here we go. You get to pick who you want here. And then I'm going to spin right away. We're looking at a bunch of wide receivers: Drake London, Nico, Pickens, Neighbors.
Is Bowers there? I should be picking.
No, Bowers is gone.
McBride. What are the running backs left? Oh God, how much time?
You got Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall.
I hate them. Screw it. It's going to have to be receiver then. Nico,
Pickens, Rice, Neighbors, Devontae.
Just give me Nico. That's fine.
Okay, we're gonna give you Nico. We're gonna let the clock run down here. You're 2 for 2 on these. Let's spin here for our third prompt. Drafting with the Ringers, Danny Heifetz. He is getting trial by fire here. Coaching carousel. Cue Jalen Polk. Danny and Pete have a dialogue as Bill Simmons and his dad, Dr. Bill, about the Vrabel Rossini drama until the next pick to take who they want here. Do you want to be Bill or do you want to be Dr. Bill?
This is terrifying.
I know.
I'll be Dr. Bill. I'll be Bill's dad.
I don't know, man. This situation doesn't seem good at all. Doesn't seem good at all for the Patriots. I'm worried about it. I mean, it's Vrabel focus. He's bringing a puppy. He's bringing a puppy up to the stand here. Seems like he's hiding something.
Mike's a pro's pro. I don't think it's going to affect the team. They got AJ Brown. It's fine. I don't understand.
I think they should trade Kayshon Boutte. Distract from the distraction. You get him out of there, nobody will be thinking about Rossini anymore. They'll just be thinking about Pop Douglas sliding into that 3 wide receiver set.
I know you're talking about the Boutte, the Rossini thing. I still can't get over this Jalen Browns thing. I can't believe Jalen Brown's on the Sixers still. This is the biggest rival we've got.
Oh my God, I haven't been this hurt about somebody leaving New England since Gronk went to Tampa Bay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you that one. You get to pick whoever you want. It is a ton of wide receivers again. Devontae Smith, Trey McBride, Breece Hall, Zay Flowers, Chris Olave.
Oh my God. All the running back. Take Trey McBride. Screw it.
Okay, we'll do Trey McBride here. Now, we have started this draft. Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Trey McBride. Do you have a stomach for a 0 RB build?
Yeah, screw it. This is already insane enough. Whatever. I'm probably going to get fired from impersonating Bill's dad. So like, who cares? Like, 0 running backs, nothing at that point.
There you go. Yeah, no, I don't want anyone to lose their job because of this show. So if it needs to get scrubbed from the internet, I'll fall on this one. I'll talk to Bill. You know, I work really closely with Matthew Berry over at Fantasy Life. I know him and Bill are friends. If anything happens, Danny, I'll have Matthew put in a call. We'll smooth this all over. Okay.
Yeah. Matt will just give me your job.
Yes, that's how we smooth this over.
You'll fall on the sword like a real man. I appreciate that's really kind of you.
There you go. There you go. Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Trey McBride. Do you have any early draft season hot takes, guys? You don't want to leave your draft without, or are you still kind of formulating those?
I guess the thing I'd say, my hot take is about best ball versus real. I think that my issue with fantasy coverage sometimes, I think there's a gap that the spreadsheets and projections don't cover, which is the emotional toll of having to live with players on bad teams. I feel like it does not capture the feeling of, oh, Garrett Wilson's ranked 40th. And I'm like, you have to watch the Jets for like 4 months in your free time. And that just never gets talked about. And I'm like, signing up to watch terrible teams is almost never worth whatever plus EV you have gathered in the process. And we're trying to cut toxic people out of our life at the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. I don't want players on bad teams. It's not fun.
No, it's a good point too, especially from the sweat element of it, where there's a lot of times where those guys, they reach their projection in garbage time, but you have to sit through 3.5 quarters of absolute misery. And so if you're someone like me, like I can kind of be like, watch Red Zone. I'm not going to have to go turn on that Jets game. But if this is your one team and you have Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson and you have to watch those guys week in and week out, that sounds rough, man.
That's the thing. It's so easy. And again, best ball has taken the game like so much further. But I do think that when it's a portfolio, you're like, yeah, I'm Garrett Wilson. I'm like, well, when it's all your life savings are there. Oh, God.
Yes. I love how your fear with every prompt. Sandwich Wars. Cue the next Steeler or Eagle. Danny must advocate for Sheetz or Wawa as the official sandwich shop of the University of Richmond and include his standard order as part of the pitch to take who he wants. Are you on Team Sheetz or Wawa, Danny? And what's the order?
Team Wawa for sure. Wawa is Mid-Atlantic. Wawa for Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's going to say Sheetz, but Wawa is so much better. I have ordered more sandwiches than I care to admit before and after midnight at both places. I would say, I think Wawa, you know what, I think chicken cutlet, well, I guess chopped lettuce is pretty tough right now. So let's keep the lettuce out for cyclospora reasons. But I would say, let's go chicken cutlet, tomato, red onion, buffalo sauce, that like weird, I don't want to know what's in it, really bright orange buffalo sauce, tomato, and banana peppers.
Jeez, now you're doing this to me at 12:15 p.m. Eastern and I haven't eaten today. That is cruel. That sounds great.
You look good, by the way. You look, what's your routine? What are you eating? Are you on the Matt Harmon diet or what?
What is Harmon eating these days?
Just eggs. He's broke. Just eggs?
No, I try to stay, keep things pretty simple at lunch with salads. Summer, indulgent a little bit, too much drinking, too much ice cream. But yeah, we try to keep it in check here. You're about to pick though. Let's see here. Luther Burden, Loveland, if you want to go 2 tight ends. Evans, if you are looking at the running backs, you got like Montgomery, Swift, Tootin. Anyone jump out to you here?
I think it's got to be Burden or Tootin, right? Do we want to stick with the 0 running back thing and just have a hell of a time?
Let's do it. I mean, I'm having a hell of a time as is, and now we're going to do 0 RB. Now
let's do Burden. It's fun. I was a Burden. I resisted. Oh, we have to do the thing to get Burden. Oh God, I thought I
no. We already got Burden. This is for the second one. I just know we have a tight turnaround here. This is called Humanities Major. Danny at times fumbles the English language. He must pronounce 3+ of the presented words correctly. So this is a multimedia prompt that I need to pull up here. 1 second. Someone sent in a list of all of these prompts here. Let me get this pulled up. 1 second. And you can tell me the backstory on all of these words here, but let's do this first.
I have a loose grip on the English language for somebody who talks into a microphone for money.
Okay. Can you see these on the screen here? Okay.
Bureaucracy, cacophony, epitome, February, gnocchi, hors d'oeuvre, hyperbole, cachet. Is that? I don't know if that's a doctor or a dinosaur. Oh, phenomenon, penalties. I get that one wrong a lot. Penalties, rural juror, and the last one, maestro.
I did see the clip of this most recent one.
I can't spell.
What about the first one there? You did miss that
bourgeois?
one. Bourgeois. Okay.
So
and then did you want to take a stab at this one?
A Torah No, I don't even know. That's not real.
Otorhinolaryngologist? That one's tough.
That person,
that one's real.
There's no way. There's no way that's real. Oh,
so you got more than 3+ correct. So do you want Montgomery, Judkins, Hendo, Bucky? You want a running back here?
Should we
go
keep
going JMO? Let's do it.
Let's go JMO. I don't like all the cool, sexy. I'm out on Henderson. I think Ramondre is going to just play the all season and everyone's going to be mad about it the whole time.
Yes. It is a crazy thing about, broadcasting, and I stream all of the time, and you do find yourself in spots where it's like, I've read this word a bunch and I've never said it out loud. And now I feel like I'm going to go for it at the risk of looking like an idiot. It sounds like you found yourself in a similar spot here.
I have what my former boss, Bill Simmons, who's going to fire me after he watches this. I have what Bill Simmons calls pronunciation dyslexia, which is basically it's when you learn a lot of words from reading, but then you're so confident that your pronunciation in your head is right, you just say it out loud. So things I've said wrong, I used to say maestro. It's words that aren't English. It's from maestro. I pronounced Quinyon Mitchell went to Toledo. I called it Toledo like it was in fucking Spain.
Yeah.
Almonds. I say dolphins. Dolphins. People. I say pounties like it rhymes with Marquise Pouncey. Like I can't speak well.
No, I fall into the same boat. My wife always roasts me. I always say like wolves. I always drop the L. I always say wolves, and she's like, what's the mascot for Minnesota? I'm like, Timberwolves, and she's like, wolves. Wolves.
Where is that from? That's what always interests me. How is that possible?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Midwest thing. Where are you from initially?
From New York, since why I'm so loud and abrasive.
Okay. Yeah, no, I grew up in Denver, so yeah, I don't know where that stuff comes from. It's just now become a part of who we are. But now that it's a bit, right, now you just have to be on high alert whenever you're podcasting.
It's become like more of my brand than I ever realized was, the host who can't talk. I love that guy.
Hey, it's what make the podcast fun. Here's the team. We got a 0 RB squad so far. Jamar Chase, Nico, Trey McBride, Luther Burden, Jamison Williams. We are going to spin here for our 6th round pick.
We'll do anything for Watson to fall to us. I can't believe I didn't take him.
Beach Ham. Pete and Danny propose increasingly outlandish off-label uses for the ham you order for a beach house vacation. First to stall loses. Winner makes the pick. I'll kick it off to you. What's something else we could use beach ham for here?
Oh, you just use it to like a straw. You just drink your drink through the beach ham slice.
I think if you forgot, coasters, for your drinks, you just throw it down there, put your drink right on top of that beach ham.
And what I like is the leftover beach ham you put on the ground and you kind of walk on it so the sand doesn't get over and you just kind of walk out across the floor like a towel.
Okay. I think, look, maybe you guys forgot a football. I say you use it as a Frisbee. Just play a little beach ham toss in the front yard.
Toss it around the pigskin. And then, while you're at it at the beach, life float device. You just cling to it like the Titanic. If they had more ham, they would have been fine.
Wow, do you think it's buoyant enough to actually support you floating in the water?
Yeah, it wasn't hypothetical. I have to do that every year.
Okay, I think, maybe you forgot sunscreen and you kind of just slap them all over your face to protect your skin. It could also be kind of like a cucumber mask. Maybe have some moisturizing elements to it.
I think I stalled shit. I was kind of like, man, that's a good idea. I can't believe I haven't tried that.
Yeah. Looks like I get to make the pick here. Actually, let's spin just so we can stay on track for this next prompt. And then we can talk more about beach ham because I loved that bit from the podcast. All right. Arachnologist here. Danny must retrieve 3 pieces of spider memorabilia or Richmond relevant items or draft a player at 200 plus ADP. Do you have any Richmond / spider memorabilia nearby?
Allowed to get up? How long do I got?
Yeah, you're allowed. I can vamp while you're gone. All right, I get to make this pick because this is from our ham off there. I do think I need to get Danny a running back. I'm going to get Danny a running back here. I'm going to get him. Should we do Ramondre or Jalen Warren? You know what? We were doing the sheets, the Wawa. Let's do a little Pittsburgh theme here. We'll grab Jalen Warren for Danny's squad as he tries to procure some Spider memorabilia or Richmond relevant items. Shout out to the chat. I see you guys with the Join the Bash. Immediately following this draft with Danny, we will roll right into the bash with a couple of drafts. But for now, we are seeing if Danny can procure the necessary memorabilia. Otherwise, we're going to have to draft a player at 200 plus ADP. Let me go get a 200 plus ADP guy in the queue here. Who's fun? Who's fun here at 200? We'll put Jacoby Lane in. He's been the talk of the town lately. Jacoby Lane. No, you're good. We're gonna make Danny sweat here. I love this. The guy's going through his attic right now, looking for an old Richmond sweatshirt. Cue Mitchell Evans. I can make the Mitchell Evans. There you go. There you go. Go AZ. Mitchell Evans in the queue for him. All right, this is going to be close. 27 seconds here. Let's see if he can do it. This is going to be a sweat, folks. Oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it?
Oh, my God.
Okay,
how long was I out? Okay. Oh, my God.
15 seconds. Do you have 3 items?
I have the spider football. I have this hat. And then I have this helmet.
Okay, let's count it. Do you want Joe Burrow stacked up with Jamar Chase?
Do you think I should?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. You did it.
Oh, my God.
Wow. That was close.
That took so much longer than I thought it would because I found this in like 3 seconds. I have this in. You know what? Fun fact with the University of Richmond where I went to school. If you look closely, what's the only aspect of all spiders you know about? How many legs do they have?
8. Yeah.
What do you
notice? Does that have? What, is it 7? No. 2,
well, no.
4?
So if you notice, it's an optical. It doesn't actually have the old Richmond logo. It's actually because it's 8 legs, but there's not 3 parts of the body. 3 parts inside. This is a tick. The University of Richmond logo by accident is a tick. It's not a spider.
Okay.
So even though they're the only spiders in all of college sports, it's actually a tick.
Wow. Who would you say is the most notable alumnus from Richmond?
Freaking Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
Honestly, yeah, probably
Nice.
like Lil Dicky or like there's an astronaut who didn't go to space. He's great. He was testing underwater, got an ear thing. He's the astronaut with the golden retriever. If you Google
that
astronaut,
has to be the saddest resume item. The astronaut who didn't go to space. It sounds like a children's story.
He's a nice guy. His name's Leland Melvin. He has the golden retrievers in his official astronaut photo. He's great, but no, it's Richmond. It's Tim Hightower.
The basketball player who couldn't make a basket.
The podcast host who can't talk. That's
the journalist who didn't know how to write a sentence. Incredible there. How did winding back though? How did the beach ham thing originally come about?
Because my wife's family would go to the beach. Do you know honey baked ham?
Yeah, of course.
Like a spiral cut ham. We'll go to the beach. We'll get a spiral baked, spiral cut honey baked ham. Put it in the fridge. And then I said, we bring a ham to the beach. I meant the beach metaphorically, like a trip. And then Danny, Kelly, and Craig both were like, "Oh, you bring a ham to a whole ham like you're Frank from Sunny. You're bringing a rum ham to the beach and going to what are you crazy?" And then I was like, "Screw you guys. You don't get it. You're LA. Don't even eat processed meats or whatever." I'm like, I'm a red-blooded American. I eat processed meats in cubes. I don't know, but
when you do the beach ham move, because having cold cuts or whatever, and you have a slice of turkey, that's kind of like everybody's done that, but you're out here slicing this individually for each snack.
It's pre-sliced. The honey baked around is so you just reach. You wake up in the morning and boom, snipe little ham. You just gnawing on some ham. You pull it right out. It's a little honey crisp around that. It's incredible. Honestly, I thought it was nuts too, but until you've had it, you just don't understand. You just don't get it. I don't feel the need to defend myself because only people who haven't had it are confused.
No, do you get judged from other people? That's the only other
constantly.
Okay. Okay. We do have another prompt we need to do here. This is called buddy comedy. We're going to put the next ambiguous backfield running back in the queue. Danny and Pete pitch a buddy comedy to chat studio execs. That is our chat, where Ringer NFL pod co-host Danny Heifetz and Danny Kelly are on the run from a cult of Rewatchables podcast listeners. If the chat greenlights the movie, take whoever. What movie would the Rewatchables podcast listeners be upset at you guys for panning and force you to go on the run?
I have to imagine the angriest that could make the Rewatchables listeners would be like if I tried to botch Midnight Run, which is like one of Bill's favorite movies, and Danny Kelly and I just botch a version of Midnight Run. So Midnight Run, I guess we have a big briefcase, and I think
what you do, you guys. You go back into the archives and you remove the Rewatchables, the original Midnight Run, and you guys put your version in there. And now anytime Bill tweets out the link, anyone goes back to it, they get the Danny's version there.
That would be pretty good, actually. That's a good idea. Yeah, and then we have to go on the run. That's good.
Yeah, they're after you, and now it's kind of stolen valor. You guys are going through the archives and putting your spin on all of this, and you are kind of just, man, you're going to get fired again from Bill for trying to wipe all of his
rehired just to fire me. That's good. That's good.
All right, we're going to give you the pass here. Let us know, chat, if you agree here on that movie getting greenlit. We have the Joe Burrow and Chase stack. We have Warren at running back. Do you want to look at other running backs? Monungai, J.K. Dobbins, Jonathan Brooks, any of those guys strike your fancy?
Let me see through 20 seconds. Let me see the receivers really quick.
Yeah, receivers, you got Godwin, Pittman, Worthy, Golden, Jacoby Myers.
Oh, God, I hate all those men. No, let's do running back. We're picking again in a hot second, right?
Yep.
I think we go. I'm not a Jonathan Brooks guy. Weirdly, I kind of want Dobbins. I'm not going to do Dobbins.
Yeah.
Give me Jordan Mason, man. He's going to not get me.
Okay.
I'm like, give me Jordan Mason. I think the Vikings, they had like 9 carries inside the 5 last year. I'm like, that's going to be double. And like, he's going to play. Aaron Jones will get hurt. Maybe that's a stupid pick, but Danny Kelly, Horribeck, Solak, or draft Malachi.
This next prompt is FMK, Danny Kelly, Craig Horlbeck, Ben Solik, or draft Malachi Fields if you don't want to play this game.
This is really easy. Danny, I'm going to marry Ben Solak because, no, he can't cook. I'm going to marry Craig because we're already kind of married, and Craig can cook. And Solak, while he can garden and fish and maintain a house, every meal is going to be a struggle. So I'm going to fuck Solak. I'm going to kill Craig. I'm marry Craig. I'm going to kill Danny Kelly.
Okay. It seems like all of your decisions were very food driven with this.
You just got ham on the mind, man. All we're talking about in this whole stream is ham and sandwiches. You got me in the vibe, man.
I know this is
got me in the mood.
All right. Well, you know what? These prompts, you're crushing it, man. You have gotten, I guess the one I beat you out on was the ham one there, but I made the pick for you. I got you Jaylen Warren while you were looking for memorabilia. You do get to pick again. You can have Dobbins here if you'd like. Is there another position you'd like to look at?
I don't know if I want Dobbins in this. I just think the Broncos backfield, everyone thinks RJ Harvey's Kamara and RJ Harvey's at Darren Sproles, and no one.
Do you like Bill? You like Bill on the Commanders?
Should we get Bill?
I don't know. You tell me. Who sparks joy for you, Danny?
You know what? Honestly, Kyle Monungai, dude. That guy. How hurt is he?
They said he was back. They said he's back at practice.
Give me the guy. He's like the new David Montgomery. He said, in this far down, I'm like, is there a running back? He's going to have plenty of good weeks.
Where do you fall on all of the jump scares we get, like from fantasy Twitter, where it's like Monungai has cramps, and we don't know if he's out for the rest of the year or if he's going to be back after a single water break?
I am very anti the cycle. I actually started my career. I've had like the Benjamin Button career where I started I actually started on a beat, like covering teams at training camp. And so I've seen, like, I think the thing is quotes get transcribed, and like a player will, like, I've seen players talk about being homesick and they're hiding it. And they're like, yeah, man, I'm doing great. But when I'm there looking them in the eyes, like, yeah, I'm doing great. And then they're on Twitter and it's like, he's doing great. And I'm like, that's not what he fucking said. And then like the other one is the journalist will be like, hey, do you think Luther Burden's poised for a second-year breakout? And the coach is just trained to repeat the answer because the reporter asking is not on a microphone. So it's like, do I think Luther Burden's poised for year 2 breakout? Yeah. And then it's like, head coach says year 2, and this happens with Patrick Mahomes every year. Do you think the 6th-round rookie's going to have a great year? Yeah, I think that 6th-round rookie's going to have a great year. And I'm like, and if I can't see the question being asked, I don't give a shit at all.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Roto World? We don't give a shit unless we can see it. I mean, there was a stretch there, and we're finally getting news, right? We have injury, we have training camps, but it was like 2 weeks ago where like one of the blurbs was AFC exec thinks Quinshon Judkins is going to get a lot of carries this year. And I was like, thank you for that one. I also think Quinshon Judkins is going to get a lot of carries.
But we're going to aggregate that.
That's right. What would be what's the next $1 million fantasy football idea? Is it a news aggregation site? What do we do to make money here?
Oh man, do I just give away my ideas? I think, well, first of all, I don't think players should get any points in fantasy if their team loses the game.
Wow. So you really are on
Zero.
only teams with good players.
I just hate, you should be rooting for the players you have to win. I actually do think every league should be point per first down. If you don't score a touchdown on a play, the goal of every play is to get a first down. You should have a point per first down and a point per catch. But I do think you should just, if your team loses, they don't get any points.
I want to say one year the Scott Fish Bowl, Scott Fish had where you drafted coaches and you got points for their wins. So that kind of aligns with your thing there. Yeah. I mean, that would be pretty devastating. You're telling me I do draft Garrett Wilson. He goes for 30 points, but the Jets lose, and so I don't get any of those points.
Yeah, don't take a Jet in your fantasy league. That was stupid.
Okay. So now you're going to have like guys on the Browns going undrafted. And so so basically your idea is fantasy football, but without half the player pool.
Well, yeah, it's fantasy football. And what fantasy do you fantasize about the Cleveland Browns?
I fantasize about those Denzel Boston points that they say are coming here.
Yeah, that's that one, 6 to midnight.
All right, viewing theory. In honor of Bill, name a team who lost a key player in free agency this year who will be better in 2026. So example, who would it be? I guess the Lions are better without David Montgomery, etc. Something along those lines.
I think the easy answer is the Eagles, right? Losing AJ Brown. I think that, it's funny. I don't think Devontae Smith gets brought up a lot, the Jackson Smith and Jigba thing. And I hate the whole, who's the best outlier player from last year going to be this year? It's like, mostly it doesn't happen again. But if the similarities of the Eagles getting rid of AJ Brown and the Seahawks getting rid of DK Metcalf and elevating Devontae Smith and elevating JSN, there's a lot of similarities there. Whether Hurts can pull it off, I don't know. But I think the Eagles will probably be a better team this year for sure.
Yeah, that does feel like one of those addition by subtraction, at least in the locker room too. And like Devontae Smith, he can ball out. They, restock the cupboard with the rookies with Dontavian Wicks. I could see that one. How do you think the AJ Brown in New England thing is going to go? Do you think that's going to work out?
Very bullish for him for the season. I think if I'm a real life GM, I understand not giving him with his knees like a fourth contract, but I think this year AJ Brown's like maybe my favorite player in fantasy football this year. I think AJ Brown is he's all the things that are being projected for him as physical decline. I think for the most part were like lack of effort, and he's going to try. Oh God.
Who do you want to pick now? You did get that one there. What position you want to look at? You got 1 quarterback, 3 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Let me peep the receivers real quick. Wandale's still there? Coker, Debo. Where's Diggs at? Is Diggs around?
I think he's gone. People are scooping him up now. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, that's fine. Gone. Is Jaden Higgins around?
Yes, Higgins should be. No, he's gone too. I lied.
All right,
I lied.
Show me the running backs. Oh God.
Yeah. Bill is still here.
Just take Bill out of principle. He's still
all right.
There,
I'm going to put Bill in the queue, and we're going to spin again here for this next prompt. So we have a little extra time. What do we got? The Book of Football. Lots of Bill prompts here. Bill has tasked you with writing the second installment to the Book of Sports series. Tell us the structure of the book, then draft a player your readers would be surprised to see on the jacket art. What does the Book of Football by Danny Heifetz look like?
I love that. Wow. The book of basketball that Bill did was a pyramid. I think the Book of Football, it would be a football field, and you would have to do like the yardages, and then you'd have like the prologue is the end zone, the other 10 yards, and then the other end zone would be like the afterward. And then you probably could divide it up into 10 parts. I think you're talking about the second part of it. I think the first would just be about the game and the hold it has on the public imagination. The second part would be about quarterbacks. And I think what I would do is writing about the idea of quarterbacks. It's not like any other job except maybe doctors or pilots, where you have one surgeon doing brain surgery and like 100 support staff across the rest of the building. Everyone depends on this guy and just has to have it. A pilot landing a thing on an aircraft carrier. You have crazy infrastructure, but you just got to have it, man. And it's this intangible feeling of getting like hundreds of people to believe in him, and it's like we still have no idea how to find it.
Who's on the cover art here? Is it a quarterback?
The unexpected cover art. Eli Manning with a dumb face and his 2 Super Bowl rings.
Okay, now quickly, who do you want to pick here? Do you want to get Jordan Love? You want to stack up CJ Stroud with Nico Collins?
Give me, how long do I have? 0 seconds. Yes, let's do that. Great idea.
I do like that. The book of football, and you compare the quarterback position to like 100 other professions. It's just like the quarterback position is like being a pilot.
It is.
That's
it's a
chapter. Yeah.
It's crazy. I the other one I think is so funny to me is the draft, which is like we take the best. Imagine if the best business student, the best MBA candidate in America got sent to the worst business last year. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we take the best quarterback and we're like, worst team. 2 years go by. Guy isn't good. You're like, that guy must suck. I'm like, actually, the team we sent him to fucking sucks.
Would you be team like free market where these guys just sign with whoever you want, or would you be worried about, parity issues there?
They're not going to do it but that's what's funny to me is like just the college football NIL is pure capitalism. People hate it. People want the NFL succeed. The NFL is a socialist business, and the NFL is socialist talent management. Like the NFL, they parity is sports socialism. And it's just funny that that's what works. But the idea that the best college football players go to the worst teams, I'm like, God forbid they got to sign with a team and got to evaluate the teams based on success. So I always think the draft's funny to me.
And I think it would ultimately work itself out, right? Because sure, there would be the teams that have the most money or whatever, but eventually a top player is not going to want to go play behind Dak Prescott in Dallas just because they're throwing the most money. He's like, no, I want to go somewhere I can play. So you'd start to triangulate where there is a need, but at least there would be, there would be some franchises though, right? Where it's like, if I'm a player, I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Miami. Like no taxes there, go to Miami, but like, screw Cleveland, dude. Like, I don't care how much opportunities there.
That is the problem. And it's funny, honestly, it's almost like medical school where it's like you have friends if you become doctors and they're like getting matched and they're like they're top 5 and you're top 5. And it's kind of like joining a sorority almost. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's something like that. The whole thing, it's just funny to me. It's just a giant hiring process. It's just, I don't know. It's a draft.
Were you in a frat?
The Army.
Were you in a frat in college?
Yes.
Okay, I will follow up on that after this prompt. This is a multimedia prompt here. It's called Kingpin or Kingpin. In honor of recent Ringer NFL show Summer Movie Club film Kingpin, Danny must say whether pictures that I'm about to show you are of Bill Murray from the 96 comedy Kingpin or the 93 mob movie Mad Dog and Glory. If you get 3+ right, otherwise you have to draft a future Kingpin. So let me get this multimedia prompt pulled up here. Do you feel like you're prepared for this?
I think so. I mean, I just watched Kingpin the other day. Although we have this Bill Murray when he was 35 looked like he was 50.
Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. I think it's the grass is greener on the other side here. No, wait, is this sorry, I might have pulled up the wrong one here. Don't look. This is another prompt, DK or DK. We have lots of multimedia prompts here at the randomizer. Let me get the right one up here. My bad.
I'm unsullied. I haven't seen it.
Here we go. All right, you're good. Okay, is this Kingpin here or Mad Dog and Glory?
That's Kingpin.
That is correct. You are 1 for 1. Next photo. Kingpin.
Mad Dog and Glory.
Correct. Mad Dog and Glory. You're 2 for 2. Kingpin or Mad Dog and Glory?
Kingpin.
No, Mad Dog and Glory. 2 for 3. 2 for 3 here. Kingpin or Mad Dog and Glory?
Kingpin.
Correct. Kingpin. Nailed it. 3 for 4. Kingpin or Mad Dog and Glory?
Mad Dog and Glory.
Kingpin.
His hair. Yeah, that got me.
But you went 3 for 5. So you get 3+ right. So you get to draft whoever you want. Well done there.
Who is left? What round are we in? Where am I?
We are in round 12. Dude, where's my car? Where's my team? You have 2 quarterbacks, 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end here. What position would you want to look at? Running
probably
back,
receiver. We probably are a little light on receivers. Oh man,
yeah.
Take Denzel Boston. Come on for the content. I mean,
dude, the buzz.
I think Boston.
Okay,
it's got to be Boston, right? We have to.
Yep, he's yours. All right, beautiful. You're humming along here. You're doing well. Danny dimes. Cue the next 5 quarterbacks in reverse ADP order. For every dime or every 2 other coins that Danny can bring back, remove the top player in the queue. Can you bring back some loose change? Do you have dimes? Do you have pennies?
There's no coins in my house.
Oh no. So I need to put in the next 5 QBs. Let's see what he can do here by ADP. So it would be Rodgers, Bryce Young.
Gonna need a shitload of dimes.
Actually, now we got to do Mendoza here. Actually, Mendoza. Okay,
can I go? Can I try to go get a quarter? Or
yes.
There's no time.
Yes.
Let me try.
Any change? You're good. You got time. Here we go. Yeah, so much for not drafting losers. Unfortunately, Denzel Boston is going to score no points for Danny this year based on a new rule that Fantasy Emperor Danny Heifetz has instituted. Players on losing teams will no longer accrue fantasy points on your underdog rosters. Please draft accordingly. Imagine what ADP would look like if that was real.
Hold on. Running around.
Let's fucking go.
Okay, you're on the clock. Tell me how many coins you have.
5. I got 5 coins.
Screw this
my prompt. I got coins for days, baby.
Coins for days. All right, the queue is cleared here.
Let's go.
I'm going to look at running back for you. Pacheco, Spears, Algier, Bigsby,
wide
receiver.
Scroll down. I heard someone smart say once, scroll the F down. Jonah Coleman.
Jonah Coleman. Okay, let's take Jonah Coleman here. It's funny you say that. My iced coffee glass has the scroll
I think it's one of the, you know what's so funny? You give all this advice, but if it doesn't stick in someone's head, it doesn't work, which is what we tried to do at the Ringer Fantasy Show. And it's like, a football coach, doesn't matter how smart you are, you got to teach. I thought that was like the simplest thing, and I love that. And I tell people that. It's like, yeah, scroll down. It's okay. There's nothing bad. It's like the scroll. People are afraid to scroll, man. It's like, oh, I must not be getting a deal. It's like people are afraid to scroll down.
Yeah, deal or no deal. I want no deal. I'm scrolling down. Do you have an affinity for Jonah Coleman, or was that just to show off your scroll down?
No, I think Jonah Coleman's a great. I think he's. It's hard to find like league winning players. Ryan Heath has a great article about league winning players. I think it's Jonah Coleman, man. I think that like the Broncos offense is good. Jonah Coleman's like Cam Scadaboo last year, where he has the skill set to play unlike a rookie. He can block, he can pass protect on third down. He's got the size to get goal line work. I think Pat Kerrane, who I think you know better than me, but he's got the 745 rule. Can this guy get 7 touchdowns rushing, 45 catches? Jonah Coleman could do that. And J.K. Dobbins has never played 13 games in his entire career. And that's to say, so that's assuming J.K. Dobbins is healthy. I think Coleman is a role, but Dobbins, if he gets hurt, I think Coleman, November, December, has everything you want a league winning player at round whatever that was, 13.
No, I mean, it's interesting. He is priced more than some of those other, rookie running backs, the Katron Allens, the Emmett Johnsons there. But man, it's like this Sean Payton offense. I do really feel like one of Dobbins, Harvey, or Coleman is going to be like a league winning pick. I just don't know which one.
Those guys I just am a big believer. It's harder than ever to play on the field as a rookie running back because you're the fish at the table if it's poker. Like all the defenses are targeting you. So you're going to make a mistake in pass protection. If you're not a good blocker, they don't want to put you out there if you don't know what you're doing. Jonah Coleman can, and he can actually has good hands, and he's going to goal line back. I don't know. I think he's way better profile than all those other dudes.
Yes. All right. We are going to spin here. We are cruising along in this draft. Let's see.
This show is crazy. This is insane. What?
All right. This one comes from Jonathan, a huge Fantasy Football Ringer fan here. Millennial Banger Month. Heifetz must sing one of the songs Craig shouted out for Millennial Banger Month until Pete can name the song. If he fails, draft Joe Flacco, the eldest millennial. I am terrified that I'm not going to be able to get this, but you're going to have to try.
Okay, so he shouted out, let's see here. Who did he shout out? He did Pitbull, but I think the song, oh no. Which songs did he shout out?
Man, is there a new Pitbull song?
He started with no, it was throwback songs. Oh, it was the DJ Felly Fell. Who is the DJ Felly? Oh, Get Buck in Here. Yeah, that was it. It was Get Buck in Here, Get Buck in Here. It's all the words in the song. Get Buck in Here, Get Buck in Here, Get Buck in Here.
Let me get. Is it called Get Buck in Here?
Yes, that is.
We're going to have to go to the chat. Does that count? Because I feel like I nailed it.
They said you have to sing it. That's that's got to cheat.
You know what? We're going to give you a fail on this one just because you've just been crushing too hard. I do love you. So is this the craziest fantasy football podcast you've ever done?
Yeah, outside of the one where we're saying get bucket here for like an hour straight, this is probably number one. Yeah.
Do you know what this fail is going to work out for you? Because the punishment was putting Joe Flacco in the queue. You have Burrow. If he goes down, you are
fine.
covered.
I still have Flacco. Honestly, how many people are going to Burrow, Flacco, and Chase? I'm going to like
just you, man.
That's
you can
so
never
funny.
be too safe. All right, next one. Spider-Man. Cue the next commander or panther to take who he wants. Danny must describe something spiders do in their free time. What's a spider do as a hobby?
Wow. I feel like they got a crochet, right? Like they can probably make a meat sweater. Like that must be just pumping those things out like little Keebler elves making sweaters instead of cookies.
I love that. I mean, they're very good at creating webs. You would think that natural inclination there would lend itself to a nice crochet. I'm thinking like a little knit beanie or something would be nice.
Like, my brother, his wife just had a baby. Like, we looked into crocheting a hat. I'm like, that seems super hard, but a spider could just pump that thing out. All those little baby spiders must have like a bunch of like little like clothes and baby clothes and stuff. It's lovely.
So maybe all of those pseudo anonymous store owners on Etsy, what if they're actually just spiders?
Yeah, they're just spiders on Etsy. Etsy Betsy little spider.
I did get rug pulled once though, buying a knit beanie from what I later learned was a tick. And that was kind of, I thought I was getting grade A spider knitwear and I was wrong.
Bloodsuckers.
Those goddamn bloodsuckers. Okay, we're going to give that a pass there. We got the Knittin' Spiders, which would be a great nickname here.
Give me that psychopath, Isaac Tesla.
Okay, why is he a psychopath?
I don't know. I just plays like a psycho, man. I don't know. All he does is catch one-handed touchdowns. He's never caught a two-handed touchdown in his entire life. I love that guy.
Dude, I mean, I think I miss there would have been an era of fantasy football analysis maybe like a decade ago. Maybe it would have even needed to be 15 years ago where it would have been like, this guy averages a touchdown every 2 catches. If he gets 75 catches, he's going to score 35 touchdowns this year.
Oh my God. He is going to start though, which is, but no, that would have been a thing. I will say though, I wish I hadn't been I was so excited to have earned my pick. I wish I had taken, if he falls to, are the other people in this draft in this chat? Are they hearing?
A lot of them are. They're stream.
So I shouldn't say who I wish I had taken and hope falls to us.
No, you can do it. I mean, they're nice. They're so kind.
I think they just had me like sing "Get Bucket" here. I think that they're vindictive.
How about this? Be coy with it. Maybe give me some hints, some clues. Maybe rhyme their name. They'll never pick up on it.
It would be so tragic if Schmolby Fartinson.
That's your guy. He's going to be there. I will make a promise to you now, unless someone is really trolling in most drafts, he will be available with the last round pick. That's your guy. Not buying the Schmerance Hergeson buzz right now. Okay.
You never know. So this is the first time in 49 minutes where I felt like I could even take a breath.
That's not
a compliment.
On my part. That means, you know what? Now I feel like I didn't challenge you enough. If you feel like you can exhale right now.
This is crazy, man. Okay, so let me ask you, what is, during all this crazy research you do, what is like some of the craziest things you found out about while you're doxing all these people who come on your show?
There is an element. And look, I have to give a huge shout out to our randomizer producers. We have a writing team. Matthew Wood is in the chat here. He is like my Nardwar, right? Where he's going deep into the bag. The people, our fans, are going through the archives of your podcast. And we're trying to basically wow you with the depth of research that we've pulled off. And it sounds like we might have done that today.
Yeah, I'm more than a little intimidated. I wish I had done something to dox you. I'm not going to lie. I wish I had showed up with a little more research on you. I feel like you're just like nailing smoke to a wall.
That's right. Yeah. You know what? I like to keep my guest guessing. I don't like to reveal too much about myself. You can go looking, but yeah, you're not going to find shit, Danny. Ain't going to find shit.
Also, I'm an idiot because I wanted Terrence Ferguson. I was lying about Colby Parkinson, and he went 2 picks after Tesla.
So you were trying to throw them off the scent. Okay.
I wanted to lie, yeah.
I blew up your spot by saying Terrence Ferguson. Okay, here we go. Cue the next rookie. Danny must hype a colleague who is at the start of his career, this could be anybody in the fantasy space, whatever, and would go deep in a future season of So You Think You Can Tout, the tout competition I just wrapped up to take who he wants. Do you have a sleeper in the fantasy tout world here?
So I have to shout out at the Ringer. I have to shout out Anthony DeBundo, who doesn't do fantasy football, but he does just a lot of general content. I'll do DeBundo, but if we're talking about fantasy content generally, it's got to be Ryan Heath, right? Ryan Heath is just out here, just absolutely crushing everything, man. I don't know if he's like 19 years old or what, but Ryan is just unbelievable. And over at Fantasy Points and Scott Barrett, they're doing great stuff.
I actually got to meet Ryan Heath for the first time at the Scott Fish Bowl in Boston. One, I didn't even know he was a New England guy. And two, you see his professional like LinkedIn photo. He looks like very, polished, whatever. He was like a hippie. He had his hair down. He was wearing his cargo shorts. And I was like, man, this guy's all business on Twitter. But you get him at the bar and he's over here playing fucking hacky sack and, whipping up hemp over there. I mean, it was unreal.
Dude, there you go. I love that, man.
Okay. You do get to pick who you want. Shout out Ryan Heath here. 16-10. You have 3 quarterbacks and you have locked down the Cincinnati quarterback room. 5 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 1 tight end. You want to look at another tight end here?
I guess I should, right? Or else I'm screwed. Colby Parkinson. I didn't want Colby Parkinson.
You want Mike Gesicki with Burrow and
yeah, that might have to be the only one. Is there anyone else to scroll down?
Fryermuth, Gunnar Helm, Ingram, Dawson Knox, Michael Mayer.
Mayer and Njoku intrigued me quite a bit, but I probably should just do Gesicki, right?
I mean, this is your team, brother. I want you to be happy. Mike Gesicki? All right, there you go.
Let's do Gesicki. Screw it. Also, Njoku, I will say, though, everyone's like Aronda Gadsden. Like, Njoku's going to play more.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know how plugged in you are. There's a corner of my fantasy internet, who's really into Charlie Kolar right now as well. That's a thing. Okay, dirty jobs. Cue a future newspaper writer. Danny must share his least favorite assignment while working as associate editor. Here we go, deep in our research at the University of Richmond's Collegian. Now I'm doing a Heifetz, mispronouncing your college newspaper.
Wolves.
The Wolves. Okay.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite assignment while working at that paper?
Just like we had to cover like the State House because Richmond's the capital of Virginia, so had to like cover the like local politics and like bills going through like the state assembly. And let me tell you something, when you're a college student and you're trying to like track down actual politicians and actually get them to heed to power, it's really hard. They don't care. And I couldn't even get them to it was hard to even get them to talk to me. And I just wait outside their office and they just wouldn't come out for 4 hours. And then I had to go back to campus.
Incredible.
So it was pretty humbling.
I will say, I think you almost passed it, but the clock was bleeding down as you finished the story. So you were given Colby Parkinson as punishment there. I hope you feel excited about
when he wins me the, $6 trillion here because he catches like 3 touchdowns in week 17, it's all going to be worth it.
What
Did I just see Patrick Laird?
Oh, wow. Look at that, Griffin. Okay. So
what is that?
A bit. He's having fun now. They're doing all of the old kind of lore plays from the stream, the ship chasing universe. Sky Moore, one of our favorites, LaVisca Chenault, the initial kind of cult hero of the randomizer and ship chasing. And then Patrick Laird, my dear friend, who is now out of the league, but I became friendly with through a Twitter bit when he was playing in the league. So there you go. Patrick Laird. On the Terrence Ferguson stuff, though, it sounds like you're getting hyped on him.
I just think Ferguson is like, again, if you at some point the rankings transition, you get deep enough into whatever, man. I just want to know if week 1, if this guy's going to pop or not. And Ferguson to me is like going to be the number 3 receiver for a Rams team. That Devontae could get hurt, Puka could get hurt. And I just think Ferguson he's a receiver who's going to play in these 10 sets. And the upside's crazy. And if he doesn't do anything, he doesn't do anything. But I'm like, I start looking around like him or like Kenyon Sadiq and the Jets. And I'm like, I don't know. I doesn't even close. It's like he could be a 0, but who cares? Everyone around 15's a 0. For this next pick, though, I have to say, if we're going to do bits, is Mike Davis still in the player pool?
Is Mike what? Yeah, I mean, holy cow. Let me see. They normally have some deep names in here. No more Mike Davis. What's your there's a Malik Davis, a Ray Davis, and Isaiah.
Will it come up as M. Davis? Because that could be enough.
Dude, Corey Davis is still in the player pool? No.
Who's the oldest player? Is Gurley in there?
Ooh, that's a good question. Is Todd Gurley still? No more Gurley. No more Gurley. Okay, final prompt here. Worldwide feet. Danny must make the case for which NFL player has the widest feet in the league. If Pete is not convinced, draft the 10th wide receiver by ADP. Sell me. Who's got them wide ass feet?
Dude, it has to be Daniel Falale, the guard for the Giants. Now that was in the Ravens. Dude, he's like 6'8", and I think he might be taller than that. You ever seen these guys? Here, I'm going to Google his feet. Dude, yeah, Google his, Falale feet.
Okay.
That guy's feet.
This is dicey. Me searching some random dude's feet on the internet. I'm going to blame you if
what could be dicey about it? What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, let's see here.
380 pounds.
Wait, why you thought there's supposed to be a photo of his feet that pops up?
Well, if you have your safe filter on, are you
okay.
ready to take the red pill here? What are you
doing? Dude, what's up?
Pick
what kind of
rope.
feet photos are on the dark? On the dark.
Zoom in, baby. Come on. Look at that. Look at that shot. Look at that clumper. Look at that giant.
You're right.
Look at that thing. Come on,
dude. What a beast. What are his measurables here?
Dude, he's
6'8", 384. Hand size 11 inches, arm length 35 1/8, wingspan 85 1/8, 384, 6'8". I'll buy it, man. I'll buy it. You got to imagine Darnell Washington has some thick chompers there.
I probably could have got. He's athletic though. Like I have the big wide feet, but like I'm not. Darnell Washington couldn't run as fast as he could if he had the big wide chompers.
Yeah, so people remind. So I do this show. Luckily, it was just for YouTube members.
Oh,
so
Pat Bryant. Sorry, I want Pat Bryant. Sorry, I just saw.
Oh, Pat Bryant. No, you're good. You're good. I did a stream in season last year where I was Googling Dylan Sampson injury news on Elon Musk's Hellscape site, and just straight porn came up.
Okay,
they're on the thing. So I'm a little gun shy with this stuff.
So let me tell you. Okay, so my version. So. Ringer, we're owned by Spotify. Spotify's got a WeWork in DC. A lot of lawyers work there, like real people with like real jobs, unlike us. And I was typing in Will Levis on Twitter because I know because the quarterback competition
sex tape,
and I'm like at work on my desk, and I'm just typing Will Levis trying to find practice footage, and it's just sex tapes Will Levis, and like there are literal company lawyers just all around me, and I'm like trying to think how I would explain this to like my Swedish HR representatives.
Yes,
and I'm like, this is insane. How does this just come up? I can't do this at work anymore. And did you think anyone noticed, or did you pull it off? I think so. I think one person noticed and didn't say anything, which is terrifying.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. They did something wrong.
Somewhere on Bill's desk is an HR complaint about you and what you were doing in that office. Yeah. And he, you put it in the file, right? And it's like, if they ever need to build a case against you, they're like, hey, first of all, you're impersonating me on Pete Overzet's The Randomizer. Also, we have you looking at Will Levis porn 3.5 years ago. What do you say to that, Danny? Dude. You're gone.
The worst ever. This is too dark. I can't even, but yeah, no, there's just so much.
Let it rip. Let it rip.
So I'm not on Twitter anymore. And the reason, for 1,000 reasons, but the one where I was like, this is too much. There was some elections in Mexico a couple years ago. And unfortunately, one of the guy who won mayor, he was mayor of a town. He won an election, and his head was cut off. And there was a news story about his head being cut off.
Oh, no.
And then the top reply, I clicked on it because that's horrible. And I clicked on it, and the top reply was a porn star who said, my head's better with a video. Oh. And I'm like, this is insane. And I was in line for coffee in the morning. I was at Starbucks, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, my brain, done. That was the straw that broke. I was like, I am done with this thing in my life. I cannot have this thing in my life anymore.
Too many landmines, especially for screen shares here. It's a miracle that we've survived this long. But you know who survived here? Danny Heifetz survived his randomizer. I'm going to recap this team. You tell me how you did.
This team is crazy.
Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, and Joe Flacco. You can never be too safe there. Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, Kyle Monangai, Bill, and Jonah Coleman. Honestly, that's a 0 RB room. It is a 0 RB room. Jamar Chase, Nico Collins, Luther Burden, Jamison Williams, Denzel Boston, Isaac Tesla, Pat Bryant. I mean, that's a pretty sick wide receiver room.
I kind of love it.
McBride, Gesicki, Parkinson. I mean, I think you can go to battle with this team. What do you think?
I think it freaks me out that I actually kind of don't mind it. I feel like I like that I mostly, except for the running back, stuck to players that go vroom vroom, which makes me really happy. I also think Pat Bryant's going to just start for that team. So,
Dude, I love the Pat. It sounds like you're a Broncos fan. We did Jonah Coleman. You like Pat Bryant. Those are your sleepers.
maybe it's I hate the Broncos and just take the cheapest players. Dude, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for having me, man. This is, everyone said horrible things about you, and I was like, there's no way that's true. And
Yeah.
none of it's true.
Was
I had
it
a
Danny?
great time.
Was it Danny talking
Oh
shit?
yeah, no, everyone, your producers before the show, everyone was just like careful, just
Yeah.
around. But I'm like, I want you to know they were wrong, and I had a great time.
Well, like I said, I was actually an operative from Spotify's legal team to try to catch you in a compromising situation and further help Bill's case to oust you from the ringer.
Yeah,
But I don't know if I accomplished. Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much for having
Yes.
me, man. This is unhinged in the best way.
That's the best compliment we could get around here. Let the people know, obviously, the Ringer Fantasy Football Podcast. Anything else people should check out in your neck of the woods?
Check us out, Instagram, wherever. If you think I'm weird, I don't know. Danny Heifetz on Instagram if you want Beach Jam content. But yeah, the Ringer Fantasy Football Show, man. We do 3 times a week. We're on Spotify. You watch us on Netflix. And we go 4 times a week during the season. So check us out if you want to hear more about my Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow stack.
There you go. Awesome stuff here. Everything you said on this show can be held against you in the court of law. I just want to make sure that you are aware of that. Otherwise, Daddy, we'll have to do it again next year as well. But best of luck this fantasy season, and enjoy the ham.
Always do.
All right, man. We'll catch you later.
Peace.
All right. I know the chat is excited here to get us rolling on the bash. So let me do a little change here as far as the show setup. We'll get our bash materials here. Get the bash stream. Maybe get this going here. Let's do hashtag join the bash. Join the bash in the chat, and we will spin here in a second. I'm also going to have to go to the bathroom because I've been drinking a lot of coffee today. All right, let's get this up and rolling here. Hashtag join the bash in the chat. And I will get us all set up. What a fun randomizer draft. I have never done a show with Danny Heifetz before, and so glad we were able to do that. What a gem. What a peach. What a ham, I should say. If you guys have any suggestions for guests that you'd like to see on the randomizer, we will still be rolling with these throughout the month of August. Thank you for bearing with me as I get everything set up. I'm also now having to switch over to Firefox. That's where the solver is now pushing its main update. So I'm not going to, fight it with Chrome too much. Let me get this giveaway going. Join the bash. Looks like we have 31 entries here. Let me get this pulled up on screen. 31 entries here for the bash. Last call here. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to spin the wheel. And while the wheel is spinning, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Good luck to everyone here with hashtag join the bash. 31 entries. We'll be able to do a couple of these today. So even if you are not able to get in this one, make sure you stick around. I will be right back to figure out who the winner is. Good luck to everybody. Oh, well. What do we have here? Willis is awesome. All right, Willis, let's do this, brother. Let's do it, Willis. What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Stay in line. If you didn't win, we will have another drawing after the draft with Willis. Let's see what Willis wants to draft here. I might see if I can push him to do a non-BBM just because I'm legitimately trying to pace myself on it because I have a lot of best ball breakfasts left and I only have 42 bullets left in BBM. I would be down to do an eliminator. We have, what do we have? The puppy. We have the Pitbull. I have some bullets left there. 4 bullets there. All right. Where is Willis? Where is Willis? Meanwhile, we can look at some of my my slows here. We got a Chow Chow. This feels like Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. All right, we got Willis here, so we can get back to business. You hear Willis?
Yeah.
Hang on one sec. Why don't I see you here? I can hear you, but your video box isn't showing up.
Oh no, is my webcam not working? I might have to do it from my phone.
Yeah, maybe come back in.
Alrighty.
Yosh says a limb filling substantially faster than BBM, which makes no sense. I mean, I think it does. I think it's just price point, right? I mean, the $10 price point is always going to fill faster than the $25. Shout out a limb though, man. Exploding in popularity this year, like you said, at a 71% fill rate. I'm saving 15 bullets for fast drafts. The rest of mine are currently slow drafts here. But yeah, I wanted to keep a few bullets, but gonna have to keep tabs on it, right? Like if I blink, this thing could fill on me here. Plus, it's smaller people cramming. It's a cascading effect. Yeah, we did have that. You know, we've talked about the slow draft clocks hitting. And today was kind of like last call for that, August 6th. So I do think there was an element of people piling in to get their final slow drafts. There he is. What's up, Willis? I see you now, but now I can't hear you. So we flipped. I went from hearing you but not seeing you to seeing you but not hearing you. Look at this, Willis. This feels like oh, I can hear you now, Willis. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I had an earpiece in. I was watching your randomizer, just laying in bed.
Laying in bed?
Yeah, I'm off work today. I was taking a little nap.
Wow. Listen, taking a nap with the randomizer and testimonials. What do you want to draft, Willis?
A BBM is good with me.
Okay.
So
this is
or if you want to do a Pitbull, because I know you've been wanting to do those.
Here's what I was going to say. We can do one BBM today. So it's either you or if the next guest wants to, but I am going to just try to slowly, pace myself. So you decide BBM or Pitbull. Because you came on first, you get to decide. The other person will take the other.
Let's do a Pitbull.
Okay. Look at you. Nice guy. We're going to do a Pitbull here with Willis. If I can find it in the carousel, the Pitbull 2, $20 entry, 2 of 12, 1 of 6, 1 of 5 here. 156 seat final. But how you been, Willis? How you been?
I've been good, man. I hated that I couldn't make it to Austin. Looked like you guys had a great time.
Yes. We missed you, dude. I mean, I always give you a hard time. Like, no one's more of an OG than you. And we've had probably 5, 6, 7 ship chasing meetups over the years. We've had Club Top Shot meetups. We've had dog bowls, and you are my white whale, the member I have never been able to meet in person. What the hell, dude? Are you good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I had to reset the headpiece actually. So
Something just happened to your audio. You sounded a lot better before. Now you sound kind of underwater.
all right, we're just going straight phone then.
That's way better. Way better.
Okay.
Yeah, the phone's going to get the job done. But yes, I was giving you crap for all of these years, never making it to one of these meetups.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Willis?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's actually quite quiet on my phone's end, but I think that's a me issue.
Okay. Well, you're about to be on the clock in the Pitbull. Puka Go, so we're looking at, are you JSN, CMC, Amon-Ra, Taylor, something else?
CMC.
All right, let's do it. CMC here. But yes, dude, how have you been? How is your drafting season going? Sounds like you're having a great day, just off on a Thursday. That sounds nice.
Yeah. So I just had some vacation days left to use. At my work, our vacation, like you basically have to use it or you lose it, and it resets on your like hiring date.
Okay.
And so my hiring date was August. It's like August 9th. It's literally Sunday. So I've had to just basically burn vacation days the past few weeks.
You couldn't burn a vacation day last Friday to meet us in Austin? That would have been the perfect day to burn it, Willis.
I actually was off last Friday.
Yeah.
But I couldn't, convince the wife to.
All right. That's fine. It's fine. I guess I have a bone to pick with your wife then. We'll settle that up later. We have Nez getting membership mogged by Willis. Yeah, very few people can hang with Willis there. Best Ball Guy becoming a YouTube member here. If you guys do want to be eligible to draft, all you have to do is become a YouTube member. We'll do another spin here in a little bit. Go AZ Cards says, who is your favorite person to debate with on Discord? You're not much of a debater in there, but what would be your answer for that?
I would say like my favorite person to debate with is normally, honestly, it's normally Davis.
Yes.
And it's normally, in an area where very few people will see the debate.
Okay. Yes. Hidden deep within the paywall channels of the
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta have a special token.
All right, you're on the clock. AJ Brown, Drake London, Nico Pickens, Rashi Rice, Neighbors, Jeremiah Love. Who's your guy?
Neighbors.
All right.
Yeah.
We're doing it. Come on down. Malik, Neighbors. We start CMC. We start Neighbors. Have you been drafting a lot with some of your free time here with all this vacation?
Yeah, I've been drafting a little bit. So the end of NHL season wasn't too kind to me, and normally I have a pretty big bankroll from that and everything. So haven't been able to draft as much as I've liked, but.
Well, give a daddy a spike. Asking, is Neighbors a round 2 guy now? He pretty much is in most drafts. Gretchen and I took him in this similar spot yesterday, and it sounds like, Willis, you are on board with the new price for Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he was like fully healthy, like we'd probably be taking him right after Lamb and Jefferson.
Yeah. Yep. No, for sure. And he kind of opened up. What was it, like 1-2 turn? Would have been kind of where he settled with no injury stuff. So I could certainly see that there. We're about to pick at 3-5. We got the Cardinals guys falling a little bit. Both of them here, Love and Trey McBride. Also Devontae Smith. Who do you like?
I'm a big Trey McBride guy. I don't understand he started ahead of Bowers for those of us that were drafting early and everything, and he's fallen from, he was like a 1-2 turn pick, and now you're getting him in the mid third, and literally nothing has changed for him.
Yeah. Well, I guess what's changed is the specter of Carson Beck taking over at the end of the season. That would be the one thing that's, I think if you guaranteed the market 17 games of Jacoby Brissett, McBride would be a mid-second round pick. I think people are just terrified of the wheels coming off at the end of the season.
Listen, if anyone is terrified of Carson Beck, then they didn't watch college football.
Why? You think Carson Beck is good?
No, I think he's bad.
That's why I'm saying people are terrified of him. They're terrified that he's not going to be able to get the ball to Trey McBride.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they don't need to be terrified of him because he's not going to be playing.
Okay. You're saying that Jacoby Brissett will hold on to the job for the whole year?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if Jacoby sucks, then we're just going to get Minshew mania.
Okay. All right. That would be pleasant. Yeah. I mean, I think Minshew can do the Brissett light thing for us if we need. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I've been clicking McBride a lot here in the third round. We start CMC, we start Neighbors, and McBride about to pick in the middle of the fourth. ADP wise, Ted Arroyo, Jacobs, Burden, Scatabo, McLaurin, Loveland, Evans. We'll see what our friends Nana and Jump Free do here. Anyone you're eyeing?
The person I was eyeing just went, but I got one more guy I really like.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Who is the guy you really like? Ted Arroyo?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Burden, Scatabo, McLaurin,
Mike Evans. We're gonna stack up the 49ers.
I love it. There you go. Big Mike, come on down. CMC, Neighbors, Evans, McBride. Can we grab the only healthy guys on the Niners right now? That's the thesis.
I mean, that's all you need.
That's right. All right. Looks like the chat is hyped on Minshew right now. Purple Yosh says, forgot Minshew existed. Hand up. There you go. Substation doesn't worry Willis. Yeah. What's your take on the Substation?
Substation doesn't go after guys like CMC and Mike Evans. It's only concerned with the Ricky Pearsalls and
lesser talents,
the plebs of the world.
Yeah. If you're a pleb, don't go to San Francisco. If you're a future Hall of Famer, CMC, George Kittle, Mike Evans, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you will be fine. All right, we have CMC. We got the two wide receivers, Neighbors, Evans, Trey McBride, heading to the mid-fifth round in our Pitbull draft here with Deposit Kingdom legend Willis. As Discord, or as Easy said earlier, I love Willis, one of my absolute favorites on Discord, total completionist. Best part of my morning is when the notifications roll in and he's hitting Laugh Rogers across 17 different threads. Do you read every word in the Deposit Kingdom, Willis?
There have been periods to where like I've taken just days off and I haven't read, but I mean, there are a few threads that I don't enter for the longest time. Like I didn't enter the hoops thread and everything just because I don't
they're gonna
play NBA hoops and everything. But I mean, yeah, pretty much I read everything, and so.
Okay, we're on the clock here. Swift, Adams, JMO, Judkins, Hendo, Bucky, Tate.
Let's take Judkins. I've just been very light on him lately, and
so you're doing
PPR Tyler's got me convinced that I need to be drafting more of him. So
you said you're light on Judkins, and so then you're going to come on and get your Judkins shares on my site.
Yeah, I mean,
is that what you're saying?
Well, I've been drafting him on my own here recently as well. But, I figured if I want to split $2 million with you, then I need to start taking the players that I would myself. We did a Pitbull. It's okay, so 100K.
That's right. 100K. Exactly. All right, here's the squad. We have CMC, we have Judkins, we have Neighbors, Evans, Trey McBride. Now, you were just listening to the Danny Heifetz randomizer. In his world, we would get no points for Judkins because anytime they lose, he says you shouldn't be able to get fantasy points. What do you think of that take?
I think that it would be an interesting fantasy league to be in.
Okay.
You know, I will say maybe someone should have pitched that to you as a league instead of some of the other pitches you got.
Exactly. Exactly. Give a Daddy a Spike says, Pete is not for flattening exposures. I need all future Bash guests to internalize this advice. Flatten your exposures on your own account.
Well, I also feel like, Pete, that you're probably like me. You're probably pretty light on him as well. So I'm just trying to help your exposures.
You're trying to help me. Okay. Yeah, as long as it's actually a guy you're wanting to start drafting more and you're not just diversifying for my sake. You know what I mean?
No. It's a guy that I wasn't drafting and that I've come around to.
Beautiful.
So,
all right, let's see what we're looking at here. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end, about to pick in the 6th round. Jadarian Price, Brian Thomas, Warren, May, Daniels, Burrow. Yeah, this is the interesting spot here where it flattens out some naked quarterbacks you could do. Price as a faller is interesting, but he probably gets snapped off. Are you a BTJ guy? Jalen Warren, what do you think?
let's go Warren. So,
I like that. Get a third running back here, and because you mentioned the Purdy thing, darts available. We can see what comes back to us as well.
Yeah, I was hoping for Price or BTJ, although I am on the Parker Washington side of things and always have been. So
have been. You're just going to come here and Parker Washington mog me like that?
Yeah. Well, some of us drafted too much BTJ at the 1-2 turn. You know, and so
how you're making it right with Parker Washington shares.
Yeah.
Aren't you afraid of Jacoby Myers, bro?
No, I've never been afraid of Jacoby Myers in my life.
Aren't you afraid of Travis Hunter, bro?
No.
Aren't you afraid of Brenton Strange, bro?
No. Okay. Brenton Strange is not good.
Okay. All right. I get it. This is where you tell me if I just watch the Parker Washington tape, I'll get it, right?
I mean, I'm not a tape watcher per se, so.
So then how did you get caught up in the Parker Washington hive?
I guess I did watch the tape last year, watching him play football.
Okay. Jalen Hurts, the faller here. Kraft, Prescott, Pierce, Jane Reed, Herbert. Who do you want to look at?
Yeah, let's just take Hurts. Let's take a faller. I mean,
I like it.
So
here we go. All right. So we get the falling quarterback there. CMC, Neighbors, McBride, Evans, Judkins, Warren, Hurts. Go Easy Card wants to know, have you ever sniped a streamer for a laugh? Has that ever been you, or do you stay in your lane?
I mean, I've literally sniped Pete on streams for a laugh. Yeah, here's a funny story. And he doesn't even know about it, but BBG, a few years ago, I was in his draft and I didn't know who he was, and Emo Cowboy had let me know that I was in his stream draft, and I started watching him, and then it was just late at night. I'd have been drinking, and I just decided to literally snipe him on 3 straight guys that he wanted.
Wow, just for the troll equity, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you do have that because, you have this reputation as this really positive, really nice dude, but you're saying deep down inside of you, you're not afraid to go Omega troll on some unsuspecting streamer.
No, I mean, sometimes I like to have a little fun.
You know what? You deserve that, Willis. We all deserve to have a little fun here. And we're having fun. Jalen Hurts, CMC, Judkins, Warren, Neighbors, Evans, McBride, about to pick at 8-8 here. Is there a position you would like to look at?
Yeah, I normally like wide receivers in this area.
Yep. Sutton, Wilson, Pittman, Worthy, Golden, and your favorite Jacoby Myers. Running backs are Chuba, Corum, Dobbins, Monungai. Can probably wait on a quarterback, maybe, unless you do want to just lock up one of Purdy or Dart.
Let's go with Pittman for right now. I'm really high on him. I really feel like he's going to be a go-to guy for Rodgers.
Yeah. Beautiful. Let's see here. We'll see what comes back to us. I do think if we get Dart or Purdy, that's probably the pick for us at the 9.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Okay. All right. Yes. Are you, play the gong. Where's the Parker Washington gong? Every time I get on stream, I just hear the reverberations of that gong in my ear, Willis.
I'm surprised you don't have one.
I should. I need more props. Props.
Yeah, you don't have enough.
That would be a great addition to the office, just an actual gong that I could just kind of hit every time I make a pick or something. All right, let's see here. We are going to make a selection in the 9th. It does look like the quarterbacks are falling to us, so hopefully we'll be able to get one of those guys. Purdy and Dart here. Is Purdy your preference?
Yeah, Purdy is my preference.
Yep. Makes sense. So they're both here. You want me to grab Purdy?
Yeah, Brock Purdy. Let's go.
Easy game. Brock Purdy, come on down. So now we have the Purdy, CMC, and Evans stack, and we have naked Hurts for now, but we might be able to change that in a bit. Let's see. Blizzy wants to know, what was your favorite part of the So You Think You Can Tout finale that premiered on Monday? If you haven't watched it yet, earmuffs, log off, because Willis might offer a spoiler here.
Honestly, I feel like everyone's favorite part has got to be the no deal or no deal. Like, just absolutely electric stuff. And then, from the start of it, from PPR calling it AI slop to the ending of us not getting to know what was in the case.
Yeah. Always gotta keep them guessing there. The AI slop was a great callback, because boy, did that come to fruition there at the end. It did make me thinking, if I could get infinite amounts of site credits, just doing a weekly Deal or No Deal show, Bash style, would be an incredible game show.
Pete, when you said that, I was going to suggest like you could probably do that, but like have it on like a much lower scale, like make the highest amount be like $100.
Yeah, for sure.
You could, you could do 5 to 10 episodes, get $500 or $1,000 and everything, and if the max someone could win is 100, or maybe even like you could up it up if like say you got $1,000, but the first 5 people had only won like 200 total.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely has legs, and I will say, like, it does make me think, that obviously we did Fantasy Feud a couple years back. That was a blast. It'd be fun to do more of that. Matthew Golden, Jordan Mason, Kyler, George Kittle, if you want to go all in on this stack. Casey,
I do. I want George Kittle.
Let's go, Willis. Fire me up. Kittle McBride. Let's go.
Yeah, I absolutely have always loved George Kittle, except for there was a time they were playing the Cowboys, and he scored a touchdown, and he lifted up his jersey, and it had a not very nice shirt underneath about the Cowboys on it. So, yeah. But no, I've just always loved George Kittle. He's a big Halo fan, and so
there you go. Let's see here, Mike. No coffee giveaways today. The free coffee giveaways are going to be on Best Ball Breakfasts. But yes, Mike, we do have our new coffee sponsor, Vassaleros and Sons Coffee. You can get 25% off your first order and free shipping with promo code Pete. But yeah, stay tuned for Monday. We will have more coffee sponsors. It's a little late. I did have my iced coffee, but it's 1:30 p.m. Eastern, so no coffee giveaways today. Willis, let's see what we want to do here. 2-3-3-2. Solver's suggesting some wide receivers for us. Shakir, Higgins. What do you want to do here?
Let's go Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins is fun.
Yeah. In case we want a third quarterback.
For sure. Yeah, Hurts, Purdy. You can rock 2 there for sure. You like the 3 quarterback builds?
I've just kind of been, talked into it. I've normally honestly been when you spend 2 in the first 10 rounds, I've normally always stopped at 2, but this year I've been trying to late stack a third.
Because for people who don't know, one of your brand guys used to be Ezekiel Elliott. Even when the ship chasers were out on him, you were still pounding the table for Zeke. Who's the closest you have to a brand play these days?
That's a good question. I'd probably have to say probably CMC is probably close to that brand play, but if it's a guy in the later rounds, I'd probably say it's either Pittman or George Kittle. So,
okay. All right. I love it.
Back when I was fighting my good Zeke fight, he wasn't being drafted in the top 3 rounds anymore.
I did just put it on the screen. If you guys want to draft here after Willis for one more bash draft today, it is Zeke in honor of Willis. That is the hashtag Zeke. If you want to be eligible to draft with me here. Willis, let's take a look at this. So on the clock here, you could do the Stroud if you like, DeJon Stribling, Boston, Chigakonkwo, Hunter. What do you like?
Go Stribling. Just
get that stack.
Yeah, I mean
we're all in, baby. We're all in.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy at quarterback. We have CMC, Judkins, and Warren at running back. Up to 5 wide receivers now. Neighbors, Evans, Pittman, Higgins, Stribling. Got those 2 tight ends, McBride and George Kittle. I think we're doing good here. We're cooking.
And the one thing that I love about stacking up Kittle with McBride is that, one, you just expect McBride to hit our lineup every week, but McBride's bye week is in week 14. So even if, George Kittle says he'll be ready for week 1, maybe it takes until week 2. But even if it takes longer than that, McBride's bye week is week 14. So you have time just in case there's any setbacks or anything.
Yep.
For Kittle.
For sure. The only other interesting decision with the Kittle, but it didn't even come into play, was if we wanted to get Goddard with Hurts. But Goddard, if he had fallen to 140, maybe we could have gotten frisky with a third tight end. But I think we made the right decision here. 2-3-5-2. Stroud does go. So we can still do Rodgers later if you wanted that third quarterback with Pittman. What position do you want to look at here? Running backs and wide receivers?
Yeah, what's running back looking like?
Yeah, Pacheco, Algier, Bigsby, Charbonnet. You could do Bigsby with the Hurts team.
Let's get Bigsby. Let's get that stacked up with Hurts.
Yep.
If we didn't have Hurts, I would have said go Algier. I'm pretty high on him this year.
Yes, I think it makes sense for us to grab Bigsby there at this point. Pretty flat there. Get another running back. Certainly makes sense on a Hurts team. Let's see here. We have 32 entries. Let's spin again here to see who is going to join me after Willis to draft a team. Good luck to everybody. We'll be doing these every Thursday.
Sorry, I had to walk to the back door and let my dog in.
Tyler Huey. Do we know Tyler Huey, Willis? Do you recognize that username?
I don't either.
No, I don't either. Tyler Huey. Shoot me a message. Tyler, we'll get you on the bash. Discord works. Twitter works. Figure out how to get in contact, and we will take care of it. Here's the team Willis and I are cooking up right now while we get Tyler Huey squared away. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, CMC, Judkins, Warren, Bigsby, Neighbors, Evans, Pittman, Higgins, Stribling, Trey McBride, George Kittle. Are you, I mean, obviously on this team, we're all in on the Niners, but it sounds like you're pretty stoked on them just in general.
Yeah. I mean, like, how could you not be? Even in their worst season, all their fantasy assets were still really good when they went like 6-11 a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just Purdy's good, CMC's good, Kittle's good. You know,
Are you on team? If all prices are equal, are you team Debo or team Stribling?
probably Debo. He looks good. So
Yeah, love it. All right, let's see here. At 164, if you did want the third quarterback, now's probably the time to take Rodgers. Running backs were Pacheco, Sampson, Brian Robinson, Jaden Blue, Lloyd, Flournoy, Tesla, A.D. Mitchell, Antonio Williams at wide receiver.
I want Jaden Blue on this team.
Yes, let's do it, Willis.
Because I don't know if you remember the last time I was on the Bash.
Remind me.
We had the little snafu where my phone died. I had to rush inside, and I had just made it back for our 18th round pick. And I told you to go to running back, and I told you to scroll down. And then I said, keep scrolling. And then I told you to click on Jaden Blue. And you were not a fan of it at that time.
Oh, no. And did this, so now your take aged gracefully and mine didn't? And is that what you're saying?
No, I just wanted to remind people that I've always been on Jaden Blue.
That's why you're flexing on him. You're flexing on. No, I love Blue, man. I think we took him at 164. I don't think it'll be crazy to say we'll be drafting him even higher than this in the next few weeks. So I love it. Bigsby, Blue. We have a 2-5-5-2 here. We can see what comes our way, but pretty balanced here. We got Hurts, Purdy, Trey McBride, George Kittle, 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers, 2 picks away. The question here is, if he's here, do you want Rodgers at 173?
No, because I think there might be a wide receiver that I wanna make sure that we get.
Okay.
So,
all right, we are on the clock. Who you eyeing here?
Actually, yeah, let's go Rodgers. I think I can wait on the wide receiver.
Okay. I think Rodgers, I forgot too that we have both Warren and Pittman, so Rodgers is a nice add here.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So now we get that third quarterback. We have 3 more picks here. You mentioned definitely looking at what, probably two more wide receivers and then a luxury pick, most likely.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. What kind of contests are you going to be prioritizing here over the next month?
Probably definitely BBM. I do want to get some more eliminators in as well. And then after your show with Chad, I've never been a fan of the weekly winners contest, but I kind of want to just maybe throw some entries in there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you guys missed that on Off and On the Clock on Tuesday, we had Chad Maschke, great drafter on Underdog, and he did kind of a data deep dive into the 2025 data for the weekly winners contest. He shared all of that with us. We drafted a team, some really good intel in there if you're looking to draft weekly winners. And I will say too, he just shared it on Twitter for people who want the deck. I'm actually going to drop this in the chat here, weeklywinners.pages.dev. He shared that there. And I will retweet it right now on Twitter as well if you want to go find it there. But yeah, shout out Chad Maschke. Also reminds me, my last show for this week is tonight, After Dark with Shady Advice. Excited to catch up with him. Have not done a show with him in a little bit. I'm sure we'll talk Sims. We'll talk best ball, the state of DFS, and everything else in between. Willis, we got 3 more picks here. Let's see what's available for us at 16-8. I'll do another recap for the crowd here. Hurts, Purdy, Rodgers at quarterback. CMC, Judkins, Warren, Bigsby, Blue at running back. Neighbors, Evans, Pittman Jr., Higgins, and Stribling at wide receiver, McBride and Kittle at tight end. Let's see here. Willis, are we both sweating the same wide receiver here?
I think so.
Yeah. We'll see what if jump free does it. Is it an arf Dontavian Wicks?
Yeah, I'll get a seal.
Give it to us, brother. Let's grab it. Jontavian Wicks. That one makes too much sense. We need a wide receiver. We have Jalen Hurts with Bigsby. Let's tack on Wicks right here. Past ADP 2. Masterclass, Willis. Masterclass. Chat here, another draft opportunity, or Zeke, the last one. Yeah, this is probably going to be the last one here for today. We'll probably do 2 bash drafts a week along with the randomizer. As much as I would like to stream all afternoon long, I do have some stuff to do today. But like I said, we will keep these rolling every Thursday. And I do plan, I want to squeeze in one night one, Willis. We'll do one night bash here in the month of August when it makes sense.
Yeah.
We also have Huey ready to go after this draft concludes. Round 17, round 18. You got anyone else in mind here for this next pick?
No, I don't. I think everyone else that I normally like, I think they all have gotten taken. So
we finally got sniped on. I guess he went even before Wicks, Jeremy Bernard. So we can't do that bit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. If we look at just wide receivers, we're in the Judy, Pat Bryant, Ted Hurst, Keenan Allen range. Running back.
Oh no,
yeah. Who do you like? We're on the clock.
I want Keenan Allen.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
He's
Allen's
probably
good.
my new Zeke.
He's your new Zeke. I mean, that fits thematically. Yeah. Yes. Let's see here. Is this the last bash? Yeah. Huey's going to be the last bash. Huey's coming on. Yes. I don't think we are going to be spinning another name here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint. I have to write the Fantasy Life newsletter after this show. But we have a 3-5-7-2 here. And now I would say, Willis, we're pretty balanced positionally. I think we can kind of go any direction you want here for this final pick, other than we probably wouldn't do a 4.
Yeah, I think it. I don't know. Is there someone that you really love or anything that you'd want to take here?
So I don't know about someone we can look at some of the correlations. So Philly, San Francisco, we already have that game.
We got that locked up.
Pittsburgh, Tennessee, someone already took Singleton.
I would have liked that.
Do you have do you like Kalen Black or Jordan James on? I guess we have CMC, so that
I don't. Yeah, that's a no-no.
That's a no-no. Yeah, now we have like Ted Hurst going. We have the Jalen McMillan injury scare there a little bit. I'm trying to think any other correlation stuff that would make sense.
Yeah.
Nothing's speaking to me here. At what position do you think makes sense?
I was either thinking a running back or tight end probably.
I mean, Gesicki, we could, this is the whole thing we were just talking about with on ship chasing, where it's like the Stour stuff where you're trying to get less exposure, and yet you have Jalen Hurts and we have Trey McBride, George Kittle. Do we just roll the dice on an upside Stowers click?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel strongly about it. I'll put him in the queue for now. Gesicki, if you like him. Turpin is popping here.
Really?
I don't know why there. Katron Allen, if you want like another running back dart.
No, let's just go Stowers.
All right. There you go. Judson suggesting Raridan, as another guy to mix. But I think on a Hurts team, if we're going to do it, I mean, this tight end dude is sick.
I'm not a big Stowers guy, and this was not to get my exposures up taking him, Pete. So,
Yeah.
but
All
yeah.
right. I'm going to read this final team. I think we did well here in the Pitbull. Hertz, Purdy, and Rogers. CMC, Judkins, Warren, Bigsby, Blue. Neighbors, Evans, Pittman, Higgins, Stribling, Wicks, Keenan Allen. Trey McBride, George Kittle, Eli Stowers. What do you think?
I like it, Pete. Good draft.
Good draft, Willis. You kept us on track. We got the stacks. We made sure to get our guys there. Bigsby, Blue. Have an onslaught on the Niners there with 5 of them. We got 4 Eagles, 3 Steelers. I like how this team shook out specifically for this kind of contest.
Hey, if we played by Danny's method, this team would be pretty good.
That's right. You're right. Pretty much maxing on good teams. Pittsburgh, I guess, could be a tweener. Cleveland, Judkins, no. Maybe Trey McBride, that could be rough. But otherwise, we did pretty good on good players on good teams.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm going to let you go. We're going to get Huey up here. Enjoy the rest of your day off. Anybody else that you'd like to shout out? Anything you'd like to promote on your way out the door?
No, I just go shop on Pete's store. He never advertises it. He never calls it out. I'm at my downstairs sitting room, so I don't even have any merch in this area to show or anything. But it's great stuff and a great way to support Pete. So
I appreciate you. You know what? I think the reason it's been so long since I've added a new piece of merch. If there was either a show, a bit, or even a type of merchandise as an enjoyer of the merch store, what would be a recommendation of something for me to add?
I mean, you don't have any Best Ball Bash merch.
You're right. I don't.
So you could.
Okay.
I mean, and it's a great logo. I think it'd be like really cool on a shirt or a mug or a glass.
Maybe do the Bash pint glass. I
Yeah.
can see that. Okay.
I bet I'm not a hat guy, but I know just like a clean white hat with that Bash logo would look really good across it.
Do you like it saying the full logo up here, Best Ball Bash, or just Bash? Do you think?
I think Best Ball Bash. I think you'd have to do the full thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We will work on it. And if you have any other inspiration, feel free to DM me. But you're right. And now that I have a little more time available, I think I'm due for some new additions to the merch store. Also, since I've last done it, my provider has way more options for things I can do as well. So I need to spend some time poking around there. So thank you for that reminder, Willis.
Well, you got plenty of time now with so you think you can tout being wrapped up. So
that's right, man. That's right. Well, appreciate you, Willis. Glad you binked a spot on here today, and we'll see you around the kingdom.
See you later, Pete. Thanks for having me on.
All right, peace, Willis. All right, welcoming to the stage, Mr. Huey. Huey, is this your first time on the Bash?
Yeah, first time. I guess kind of a long time watcher, lurker, but happy to be here. Thanks
Always like getting a fresh face on here. Excited to draft with you. What would you like to draft today?
Yeah, if you want to do the Pitbull, that's cool with me.
We don't, like I said, I just want to just gently pace myself. But we have a BBM bullet here if you want it, or if you like, a more realistic chance to win money, we can do the Pitbull. You choose. I'm good either way.
Let's do the Pitbull. We can get a little funky. We can pull some guys up, right? We're not really constrained by the BBM ADPs.
That's right. Give me a little background. You said more of a lurker, first time here. When did you start getting into best ball and find the Bash?
Yeah, I played Underdog when it first kind of started out, when it was legal in Toronto. That's where I was used to live, and then we kind of had a change in government. Couldn't play DFS anymore. Couldn't play any Underdog contests anymore. And so I convinced my partner, hey, after all these years, let's move so I can play Underdog. So we've relocated to the west coast of Canada. out here with the John Warners and the Jacob Sandersons. So I'm back in the streets now.
So wait,
yeah,
you literally moved because of Underdog?
It played a part in like the reasoning. I mean, obviously being out by the mountains, the ocean, the nature was a big part of the factor, but also, hey, you know, fantasy is probably one of my biggest hobbies. So like, let's include that in as another positive as to why we can move out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, guess what? We have the 104 here in this Pitbull draft. We're going to get this underway here in a second. Anything that you like to do here? Obviously, you're kind of in that wide receiver range, or do you do something funky?
Yeah, typically I'll just be the Jamar Chase Puka guy. You know, I'm ETR subscriber, so they've had Puka ahead for quite a bit. I'm kind of cool with either. I'd probably lean with Puka anyways. The only other one that I typically pull up is JT. Just if I want to get an early running back, I kind of feel like we're kind of hitting a little bit on his value after what he looked like last year. I know obviously the situation's a bit different. Daniel Jones coming off the injury, but I mean, he was such a stud last year for when he was healthy. I feel like he's I'd rather take him than CMC if I'm reaching up to pull up a running back.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were talking about that CMC versus Taylor thing as far as how it pertains to weekly winners on Tuesday, and just that idea of like those 30-point weeks from the running backs up top is really what you need to win that contest, and how CMC is probably a little bit more of a floor play in just his likelihood to hit 20. But as far as likelihood to hit 30, I mean, with Jonathan Taylor and the explosiveness, it's hard not to prefer him in that regard.
Yeah, like you said, CMC is. I don't know how much fun it is watching him these days, where it's just like he's binking 20 catches or like 10 catches, and that's how he's getting your points. He's not efficient at all. Where it's like, JT, yeah, you've got that home run hitting ability these days, so I'd rather watch that.
So what do you do for work?
Yeah, I work sales in a how can I put it? I guess the procurement space, software for procurement. A lot of artificial intelligence kind of involved. I'm not a big AI guy, but hey, it pays the bills. So
okay, yeah. All right, very good. And I assume then getting to work from home, draft a lot of teams in the mix.
Yep, that was part of the reason. It was like, hey, we can live anywhere. Love living in Toronto, one of the best cities. Highly recommend anybody to visit it, but after spending a lot of time in the city, you want a bit more space. So, hey, if we can live anywhere, why not live out by the West Coast?
There you go. Sounds nice. So is that Vancouver or nearby, you said?
Yeah, a couple hours away. We're in the interior BC. It's about 4 hours. It's a place called Kelowna. It's kind of, people joke and call it Kelowna-fornia. It's very similar like climate to California. It's on the water, huge, massive lake. So really good, great place.
All right, you're on the clock by ADP. Bowers, London, Nico Pickens, Jeremiah Love. Who do you want to pair with Puka?
Let's go Bowers. I'm a Raiders fan at heart, but also just a Bowers bull. I'll even if I wasn't a Raiders fan, I'd be jamming him in there pretty much every draft.
Was that like an adopted fandom? How does a good old Canadian boy like you become a fan of the Raiders?
Yeah, I think just as a kid, you know, in my mid-30s, that was kind of like the only time we were ever good was when Rich Gannon was there and I was like in the 5th grade. And I thought, wow, these guys with all their psychotic fans and the jerseys just being so clean, I became a fan. And I mean, it's ruined the rest of my life in terms of sports fandom, because pretty much every Toronto team has sucked my entire life other than the Raptors. So, yeah.
There you go. There you go. Well, I apologize that happened to you. We are on the clock here. Devontae Smith, Breece Hall, Zay Flowers, Olave, Egbuka, Kyron. Anyone you like here?
Let's go Breece.
Yep. Let's do some Breece here. Although, were you watching the randomizer with Danny Heifetz? He says no points for Breece any game the Jets lose. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. You know, I've faded Danny many times over the years, so hey, we'll bet on it again.
Dane in the chat says, I live in Manitoba and me and my family are doing a road trip at the end of the month to Toronto, then to, how do you say that?
Tobermory. Yeah.
Before that's a Canadian ass name if I ever heard one. Tobermory.
Yeah. Really cool place. Has like a grotto that you can hike up to. It's super popular now. Like I remember going as a kid where it wasn't very touristy. But yeah, it has a really cool grotto that you can go up to, swim, great hike, unbelievable area, the Tobermory spot.
Dude, this looks incredible. Look at that shot there. Okay, it looks like the scene from the Odyssey with the whirlpool in there. That's incredible. All right. Sounds good. All right. Enjoy your trip, Dane. Looks lovely. Brees Hall, Puka Nacua, Brock Bowers. It sounds like you're a pretty big underdog drafter, if you made, partly a move because of it. What kind of contests are you piling into right now?
Yeah, we only moved, like this is my first week in the house. We actually drove across Canada with our dog, so that took a bit of time. Was jamming drafts in whenever I had service along the way, because a lot of that drive is you're literally just in woods and mountain for as far as the eye can see. So I've been just trying to get my BBM kind of fill to match the fill rate. So I'm just at about 100 or so BBMs. I've been in the Pitbull streets, probably do a couple more of the time buck stuff as they come out the rest of the month. But yeah, after this, I'm looking forward to just doing a lot of the daily stuff as well.
Who, any big stands for you so far this draft season?
Jeremiah Love appears to be one. I wasn't a huge fan of him coming out because I felt a lot of his production was against bad teams. I mean, he's good prospect profile, but almost on the clock here. What do we got? But it just so happens that the way the third round falls, I'll eat that value up no matter what.
Yep. All right, I'm setting the queue here by ADP. The ETN fall to 4-7. Scatabo, McLaurin, Loveland, if you want to go crazy at tight end. Evans, Montgomery. Who's the pick here? We'll see what Groovy Greg does. He goes Tootin. So Scatabo, McLaurin, Loveland, Evans, Monty.
Yeah, let's go Terry. Another guy that I've got a lot of. In the solver and ETR ranks, you kind of end up with a lot of Daniels. And so in turn, I've ended up with a lot of Terry too.
That is a funny one you mentioned because it's like they're higher on Adams and Evans there, but they're also high on Daniels. So you kind of actually have to pre-plan it a little bit, grab McLaurin maybe ahead of those guys, but then know you're in the sweet spot in the 6th to pair him with Daniels.
Yeah, I've got a pretty high exposure on Adams, and I'm trying to bring that down. We flew out here like a couple months back to look at homes. And while we were here, I was jamming drafts. And at that time, they still had like Adams was incredibly high. I think even a bit higher than he's ranked now, which I think they've got about 50 or so. And so I was up at like 23, 24% on Adams. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to dial it back down. We're back on the clock. Well, speak of the devil, if you want to set up that double stack, Adams is here, Judkins, Hendo, Lamar.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
After all that. Yeah. I mean, it's a good price, slightly past ADP. We have Puka. We're in on the Rams here. I do like kind of over team correlating in these smaller contests as well. I mean, a 1-6, 105, that won't be too difficult to emerge from. So we are in good shape here.
Yeah.
Jiri in the chat says no one regrets moving from Toronto to the west coast of Canada. Is that a pretty classic pilgrimage for Canadians?
I don't know. I feel like I know quite a handful of people that have. Toronto, I mean, no offense to Vancouver and, the other big cities in Canada, but Toronto kind of just stands alone in like its sheer size and just everything. I mean, it's the epicenter of pretty much everything in Canada. But the lifestyle is just way more laid back the further you go out west. So I'd say that's probably the reason you see a lot of people come this way.
I feel like you Canadians are taking over. I do Often on the Clock with John on Tuesday. Then I'm doing Ship Chasing with Jacob on Wednesday. Then I have Dane in the chat. I have Jiri in the chat. I have you getting on stream. I just cannot escape you Canadians. What is going on?
You got to take a trip up here.
I would like to. We were at the ship chasing meetup in Austin, and there's some buzz to do it in Vancouver next year. I've been to Toronto. I've been to Montreal. Have never been to the West Coast up there, obviously Seattle, but never over to Vancouver. So I would like to make that trip.
Yeah, Montreal is easily my favorite city in Canada. That's where I went to university. So,
nice.
I mean, oh, wow. We get sniped 2 picks ahead there on Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels goes. It happens. So
Yeah.
we're probably looking at Harrison, Ramondre, Metcalf, Lemon, QJ.
Yeah, let's go Marv.
Grab Marv here. Are you a Marv skeptic, cautiously optimistic? How are you handling him? He's a polarizing guy.
I keep seeing the clips. I had a buddy in one of my leagues that was at like one of their practices the other day and was just telling me how awful it looked. Besides all the video that kept coming out. But I mean, the profile is there. Like, who knows what if the guy gets traded, gets a new kind of little bit of scenery, but otherwise, like, I'm confident that the talent can win out. It seems like it's more in his own head than anything. So.
Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, I think he's worth a stab at these prices for sure.
Yeah.
All right. By ADP, Lemon, Pollard, Kraft, Dak, Pierce, Reed, Sutton, Lawrence, Downs. What do you want?
Yeah, this is a tough spot. I'd just say Pollard.
Yeah.
This is probably my least favorite spot in every single draft. I do tend to end up reaching on a couple quarterbacks every now and then. And I know Jacob talked about it yesterday, where like he's just taking back-to-back quarterback and being done in kind of this spot, or the round later, where it's like very flat. I mean, not many of these receivers appeal to me, and the running backs are kind of gross. So
yeah, it is. We have Brees. Probably time to add someone there. Pollard. Yeah, and now you have Chuba starting to dip a little bit as people get a little more hype on Brooks. Harvey is a tricky one. Rico there, I think, is a solid pick as well. And then you're kind of into the Corum Dobbins. But yeah, it probably makes sense. Like you said, it was either grabbing a naked quarterback like a Dak, Herbert, or Lawrence, or just grabbing that running back there. But yeah, that is not a fun portion of drafts right now.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe not as much now with the Neighbors Steam, but like guys like Dart, you were able to grab for a while going naked. They would slip a little bit because people were skeptical. I mean,
yep.
Yeah.
Moods becoming a YouTube member here. If you guys want to draft with us on future Bash episodes, just become a YouTube member. Any level will do. Although if you also want access to the Best Ball After Darks, like the one I'm doing with Shady Advice tonight, make sure you are subscribed to the Value Hounds tier. And not too long from now, we will be dusting off the Hand Builder and Opto Bro tier. That will, of course, always include the Discord channel, but also the Sunday morning crams, a 90-minute show up through inactives coming in on Sundays as we get you ready for the slate. Can't believe we are basically, 4.5 weeks away from those. So all kinds of perks with your YouTube memberships. Take advantage of those. And we are taking advantage of some values in this draft. Puka, Bowers, Brees Hall, McLaurin, Adams, Marvin Harrison, and Tony Pollard here as we head to our pick in the 8th round. Looking at the Stafford stuff, his ADP is 106. It's kind of an interesting spot. Like, you can probably for sure lock him up at 100. Do you trust the room to push him all the way to 117 or not?
Yeah, probably not. I feel like in some of these time box contests, people just start jamming QB just to make sure they're not falling too far behind.
On the clock here, Godwin, Laporta, Wilson, Mahomes, Dobbins, Monungai. What would you like to do here?
Let's go Godwin.
We'll get Godwin here. And I like Godwin. Get our 5th wide receiver. Does give us another quarterback out. I guess the only thing, if we go Stafford here, we're playing a little loose at running back, but can we capture the end of some tiers at 117, 124? Possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, somebody once said running backs don't matter, so we
They
can always go with that.
That person got stuffed in a locker for a few years, myself
They
included, for
definitely
tailing
did.
that advice.
Yeah.
Solver does like the idea of just grabbing Stafford here. Certainly makes sense with Puka and Adams. Now that Dobbins is off the board, I don't feel too bad about passing on running back here. Is this just the Stafford selection for us?
Yeah, Stafford for me.
Yeah, let's lock up Stafford here. Solver likes it. You know, worthy in the conversation, but at 5 wide receivers, let's get our first quarterback here. And as always, if you guys want to get the overlay that you're seeing here, the Solver, get your exposures, your combo ownership. I don't have my combos loading for this, specific time box contest because I'm mostly in slows right now, but you can take advantage of that. Promo code Pete will get you 20% off your Solver subscription. How we doing here, Huey? Stafford, Brees, Pollard, Puka, McLaurin, Adams, Marvin Harrison, Godwin, Bowers.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, we've got the best tight end in the league. We've got a decent wide receiver room. I think I'm more than content with waiting on a second tight end. I feel like there's a lot of kind of late flyers and fallers. But yeah, running back, we're going to have to make up a little ground. So let's hope we have some fallers to us here in the next round.
Judson says, did I mention the Boston hype? No one can guard him at Browns camp. We touched on it briefly during the randomizer draft with Danny Heifetz. I believe we did take Denzel Boston on that team. Yeah, I love hearing it. Boston's been a guy I've been targeting. I think, in that 150 to 160 range, he's kind of being overly punished for being a Cleveland Brown, although at this point, maybe he steams up because of this drumbeat. Lou Dog wondering, Hall of Fame game showdown show. I think you're going to have to go over to Establish the Run for that. I'm sure Cody and crew have you taken care of. There is some talk in the Hand Builders channel in the Deposit Kingdom Discord. Nick kicked us off with the the Tyrone Baggins gif of anyone got that showdown alpha for tonight. Do you dabble in any of the salary cap dark arts?
I definitely will. It was, again, something I did years ago. And then because it hasn't been legal, I have not partaken in quite a long time. So you will see me in those streets in the coming weeks. I will say last year, I was involved in a sweat. One of my good friends had a line on the Thanksgiving Day slate that he was sweating for the Millie. Oh. And we did a little roster tinkering halfway through the second game for the nightcap, and he took down the Millie solo.
Wow.
So we were all on a Discord call. He couldn't watch the game. He was too nervous. He was out back smoking cigarettes on his porch, and we're watching the game, giving him a play-by-play of what's happening. And so, yeah, that was my salary cap kind of experience for the last couple of years, was sweating that with one of my buddies.
That's incredible. That sounds fun. What's their username?
I'm not sure what his username is on the site that will not be named, but he goes by Best Man.
Okay.
He's actually a professional video game coach, is his day job. So there you go.
I love it. Do you want to do Baker with Godwin? Concepcion's here. Bill is here. If you want to get a running back, what do you think?
Let's go Bill, and then try to just push Baker.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Just with only 2 running backs, we also have outs to, you can do Mendoza with Bowers. We can do back stacks. Probably makes sense to make sure we don't get fully boxed out at running back there. We got a couple new YouTube members here. We got J Lupf or JLUPFF there. We got Breaking Best Ball. Welcome here, you guys. Best Man from Halo, Willis is wondering, is that the same Best Man? Is he a Halo
That
guy?
is the same Best Man, yeah.
Is he a legendary Halo player, I take it?
Yeah, so I'm from back in the day. Like, I used to go to all the video game events in, 2005. And so a lot of these guys that I'm friends with from the Halo community, we all used to go there. He was a professional player probably from, 2007 to, 2010, 2011. And now, he's a professional coach for Shopify's Halo team.
Wow. All right. So that is very cool. Decisions would be Baker stacked up, or if you want another decent running back.
Yeah,
Rodriguez
Baker's cool with me.
All right, let's do it. We'll get Baker with Godwin. Plenty of backstack options there as well. So we got a 2-3-5-1. We're going to have to, stay a little on guard at running back, but Stafford, Baker, Brees, Pollard, Bill, Puka, McLaurin, Adams, Marv, Godwin, Brock Bowers. We're doing good there.
Yeah.
The chat going crazy for that. What is MLG again?
So that's Major League Gaming. That was like one of the OG kind of like professional gaming leagues back in like the early 2000s.
Cool.
So you had, you had like Halo, Super Smash Brothers, couple fighting games, other fighting games as well, and like Gears of War that were at those events.
Man, so this dude is a legendary Halo player and binked a milli on Showdown. Sounds like a cool dude.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable. So hey,
there you go. Is this friend Best Man? Is he in the underdog streets? He a drafter?
He's not much of a drafter. It's the one thing I try to get all my DFS bros onto the best ball streets, and they're like, well, the money doesn't come for months, so it's like, what's the point? And I'm like, come on, guys, it's fun. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby. Come on, the water's warm.
Exactly.
Love it. All right, let's see what we're working with here in the middle of, or I should say at the end of the 12th round. We got the 2-3-5-1. We're here drafting a Pitbull 2 $20 10 entry max contest with 100K up top. Tyler Huey, who's revealing that he rubs shoulders with the best of the best in both Halo and DFS. Anyone you're eyeing here, I guess Tracy would kind of be the end of a tier break at running back. Stribling's moving up boards here. McMillan, if you're not worried about that injury there, but also Cooper. What do you think?
Yeah, it would probably be Tracy or even just Chig. There goes Chig anyways. It's probably Tracy for me then. Yeah.
Do you like him? He goes. So Woody Marks is here if you like him at wide receiver.
I would take Woody. I haven't been taking much, and I kind of feel like I need to get my exposure up there. And I know this is not the place to do it, but
yeah, get your Woody Marks exposure. No.
I will definitely be drafting him a lot more. Not that I think he's obviously a star or anything, but I just feel like I think Montgomery is dust. And so if I think that, I should be drafting more Woody. I find a lot of the time in this range, like you see the guys like Hunter, a lot of the tight ends is where I end up going in kind of this spot of the draft. So it's been tough to get him in.
Yeah, no, I think Marks, again, we're kind of thin at running back with just Brees, Pollard, Bill. So stacking up Marks there, and then probably makes sense to swing back to wide receiver. And then we can kind of really hammer some other running back picks down the stretch. Wide receiver options, Omar Cooper, Jalen Naylor, who the Best Ball Breakfast audience is trying to get me to draft, Denzel Boston. I mean, Naylor and Tucker are vaguely interesting if we do a Mendoza double stack, but it's also really hard to pass on a Cooper or Boston. Boston does go here. What do you think?
I would be Tucker.
Let's do it.
As a Raiders fan, I know we gave Naylor the money, but I just don't see it. And I still feel like somebody's going to be brought in. The person like Trey Tucker is always going to have a role. And at this point, we're kind of just drafting a guy for a spike week. And I think he's way more likely to get some of the spike weeks for us than Jalen Naylor is, who I think will just be like kind of a guy they look to help move the chains with Bowers.
I don't know if you watch Best Ball Breakfast, man, but the Naylor bros came after me. They were enraged by my fade on Jalen Naylor.
Well, I'm here to tell them that they might be in the wrong on this one.
Yeah, don't take it from me. I don't know. No, you guys are going to trust me on this. Take it from our Canadian friend. All right. He's a reliable narrator. We have
another person once said blame Canada. So there you go.
There you go. Canada, if you lose all of your money playing best ball this year, just blame it on the country of Canada. It can be our scapegoat there. We do have 5 more picks here. 2, 4, 6, 1. We're not really behind anywhere. And I think we did good with the wide receivers in that Running backs are kind of all the top of the board here for us. Henry Gadsden also kicking around at tight end. Anything you're thinking about here in the 14th round?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to see what tight ends fall off. I do like Bigsby, kind of that running back area. I know I might get sniped now. Cardinal sin of, Evan Silva would be distraught right now that I leaked what I wanted to pick. But yeah, a guy like Bigsby I think is great. Tight ends are really coming off now, so it might be forcing our hand a little bit because we're starting to get into the kind of the Freiermuth tier of guys.
Spears, Bigsby here. Either of those guys look, although we have Pollard. So you said you like Bigsby?
Yeah, let's do Bigsby.
Yeah, let's do Bigsby here. That gets us the 5th running back. So we're kind of catching up nicely. You know, we add Marks and Bigsby to this room. 2, 4, 6, 1, 172. You know, Mendoza has kind of a wide range of where he goes. You could maybe try to push him to 189 if you like that third QB, or lock him up early.
Yeah, I'd be fine with pushing him.
Yeah.
I'm not usually much of a third QB bro. I get the argument for it. But it's tough.
The only other thing to think about is both Mendoza and Cade Otton, who makes sense for this team. Otton with Baker as our second tight end, Mendoza to complete the double stack. Both of them have almost identical ADPs at 189. So if you wanted both, you probably take one early. But again, I'm not going to force us onto that. Hawkinson also popping here. You could do Coleman if you like him, B-Rob, Lloyd, etc.
Yeah. Let's wait and see what we get here.
Hawk goes.
There goes Hawk. I was going to say Hawk. Pretty bullish on him, but let's just pull up Otton.
Yeah. Let's grab Otton here as our stacked up tight end. I mean, we definitely have a decent amount of correlated plays still. You know, T-Ferg, of course, maybe he kicks around. Ted Hurst, I think, is a strong dart with Baker. We can do the Mendoza thing. So we got some options here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved Hawkinson there, though. I know Jacob's always hounding on how now I'm going to blank on his name. Juwan Jennings is just absolute dust. And like the Hawkinson thing, the guy's a good player, and he's coming off a pretty serious injury, and we've seen a lot of guys right after a year look much better, and I'm kind of fully expecting him to be a safety blanket. If it's not Jefferson, it's going to be Hawk. I mean, because Addison's kind of that downfield guy. So,
yeah, Hawk. He does seem a little too cheap in that there's a lot of enthusiasm for this offense with the other pieces, and he's getting discounted pretty heavily here. So yeah, I think I found myself clicking him a lot in eliminators. I certainly take him on Kyler teams. I think he makes sense in this range, although breaking ties in favor of Otton, even if Hawkinson was on the board, not the worst thing in the world. We got the picks ripping around the board, about to pick in the 16th. Looks like by ADP, Ferguson, Mendoza, both correlated pieces here. Sean Tucker also pairs with Baker. I'll put him in the queue for people. I'm changing my ways. I'm using the queue here. We're on the clock. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm cool with what either Ferguson or Mendoza, whatever your kind of leaning is.
I think with a Stafford Baker, I kind of like the third quarterback there.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate that too. I watched on our drive, I was listening to the Establish the Edge with Gretsch and them talking about the Rams at one point. And as much as I'm bullish on them and still think, they're going to be a high-powered offense, part of his argument on some of the lower projections was like, hey, they want to keep him healthy. Maybe they run the ball more and just try to get him to the playoffs. And so that's a little bit concerning. But having a third quarterback, I think is, probably a good call.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like the Mendoza stuff in these tournaments. It seems pretty safe. Like we'll be able to survive him not playing 5-6 games. It'll be fine. And then we'll get to reap the benefits. So Ferguson comes back. So I mean, at this point, might as well, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I guess the only thing would be, or do you prefer Tucker as a running back 6 that's correlated?
No, we'll take Ferguson in honor of Davis.
There you go. You know, Davis really struggling as an influencer because we just got Terrence Ferguson 16 picks past ADP. His grip on the best ball populace is loosening. One more pick here. Is this probably a running back or wide receiver? I think you can make the case for either Puka, McLaurin, Adams, Marv, Godwin, Tucker, Brees, Pollard, Bill, Marks, Bigsby. Running back slightly weaker, probably.
Yeah, I would probably lean running back. I think there's a few kind of fun clicks that you get at the end of the drafts.
Yeah,
and also like just boring like ETR guys. They like Justice Hill's type. So,
oh man, Justice Hill. That'll be a good day when I don't have to look at his name at the top of a suggestion. You know, it's enough already with Justice Hill. It's been a decade. It feels like at this point.
Him and Rashad Bateman are the two. I just like, come on, what are we doing here?
I know. And it is so funny how our perceptions change on these guys. Tony Pollard is like a poster boy. Like Tony Pollard used to be the sexiest 0 RB target imaginable. It was just like, oh man, I got to reach for Tony Pollard. Like, and now he is like one of the grossest clicks. Like no one is excited to click Tony Pollard. And yeah, Bateman and Justice Hill. Like I remember, you know, doing our early ship chasing streams with Pat, and we loved both of those guys coming into the league, Bateman and Justice Hill, you know, so excited about them. And like, they never have the true breakout, but their longevity in the league is legitimately impressive.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're looking at running backs here, you know, we're into rookie flyer territory. Honestly, a couple of the handcuffs to like, you know, Braylon Allen, Singleton, Jordan James, Claiborne.
I'd be a Mike Washington or Damon Claiborne. I've been clicking him quite a bit lately.
So Washington just goes. So maybe we go Claiborne here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take.
I mean, I just don't trust either of the guys to stay fully healthy and on Minnesota. And even if one gets hurt, like Claiborne's going to be the next man up to have at least some sort of role.
I haven't been clicking much Mike Washington, but I do agree just on a Mendoza team, and just hoping that he does, you know, clearly win that RB2 role. I guess at this point, I just don't know if that's for sure a lock. I feel like have you read any Mike Washington blurbs this preseason? I haven't heard much about him.
No, not really. I haven't even seen anything really coming up on like the Raiders, like kind of all the Twitter follows. So seems pretty quiet.
It does. Eerily quiet, some might say here. All right, let me recap this team that I just drafted with Tyler Huey here, our new Canadian friend. Always adding more Canadian friends in my internet orbit. Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Fernando Mendoza at quarterback, Brees Hall, Tony Pollard, Bill, Woody Marks, Bigsby, and Damon Claiborne at running back, Puka, McLaurin, Adams, Marvin Harrison, Chris Godwin, Trey Tucker at wide receiver, and then Brock Bowers, Kate Otten, and Terrence Ferguson there. Always fun when you can stack up your 3 quarterbacks with their 3 tight ends. Maybe a little weak at running back, but how do you feel we did here?
Yeah, pretty good. I'd agree. A little light on running back, but again, they don't matter. And this is the year that returns, so we're all good.
We are all good. Yeah, I would say, yeah, the Brees anchor, Pollard, you know, Pollard's pretty important for this team. Need some standalone value from Marks. Probably one of Bigsby or Claiborne to hit, but I can see us threading that needle here at running back. Definitely love the quarterback, wide receiver, tight end stacks here. Beautiful stuff, man. It was great drafting with you. Any other parting shots here?
Yeah, no, appreciate the opportunity. It's awesome. You keep the community engaged and involved like this. So thankful for that. The only thing I'll say is it's just very sad that we've lived for so long to see Pat becoming a boomer when it becomes when it relates to drafting. So
yeah,
Pat, please, if you're watching, like, come back, bro. It's okay.
I know. We'll do our best. We'll do our best to bring him back to the good side, to the zero RB ways. But if you want to listen to me talk to a man who might have, influenced some of Pat's takes this offseason with his Sims, it is none other than Shady Advice. I'll be talking to him at 8 p.m. Eastern, available for YouTube members of that Best Ball Value Hounds tier. Otherwise, great show today. Fun stuff. Thank you to Danny Heifetz from The Ringer. Very fun randomizer show. Willis, of course, the OG, getting on the bash. And our new friend, Tyler Huey. We'll be back next Thursday, noon Eastern. I still need to book the randomizer guest for next week, but we will have that as well as the bash. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy football being back tonight, the Hall of Fame game. And we'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace.